Hello, everyone.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello.
And
Welcome to
welcome to another episode of
This is the Circle Podcast.
My name is James.
It is your host, Philip.
my name is Daniel.
Like always, I'm here with my best friends.
All right, so today will be a pretty fun episode.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye, party people.
See ya.
Hello, and welcome back to the Circle Podcast. My name is Philip. I am gathered with my two best friends. If they would like to introduce themselves.
Sure. I'm Andrew, as everyone knows. Thank you for the new listeners, and thank you for the reoccurring listeners. Welcome back.
Man, we're acting so professional right now.
I know,
Yeah.
it's weird, huh? I'm nervous.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. My name is James. And before we forget, make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Circle Pod. Go check us out on YouTube at The Circle Podcast.
Yeah.
Twitter's not active right now.
Listen. I swear, one day, the short clips I make for Instagram and TikTok, they'll be on there. Someday. It ain't going to happen anytime soon, but someday it'll happen.
Anyways, back to more optimistic news. We're here today with a very spontaneous guest.
A blast from the past.
A blast from the past.
Blasting, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say blasting a glass.
You going to say it a third time?
No. It reminded me of Jersey Shore.
Oh my god.
Oh
my gosh.
Go ahead.
If you want to take it away.
Yeah, if you just want to introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi. I don't know. I'm Cindy. I went to high school with James and Andy and Philip.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah. And we'll continue with our conversation in a second, but you just wanted to come on here and see what it was like, right?
yeah, so I knew you guys did a podcast when, I don't know which one of you put it on your social media. So I knew about it from the beginning, and I listened to it, and I was like, that's cool. Like, I was listening to podcasts before that, and I was like, I've always thought, everybody thinks like, oh, I should make a podcast. And then I was like, me and my friends would talk about it like, oh, we should all do a podcast. It'd be so fun. It'd be so cool, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down, because I was the one that kind of introduced them to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I would send them you should watch, or you should listen to this or that or whatever. So then we were all saying let's make a podcast, but then it never really happened. And I was like, I'm still down to make a podcast, and no one else is, or no one's making moves. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna message Philip. And then I was listening to your guys's podcast, and you were saying oh, I hope we get more guests. And I'm just like, YOLO, I'm gonna slide in the DMs
There you go.
be asking them. So I was just like, okay.
And like I told you, it was random as hell.
Yeah.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't have a single conversation in junior high or high school.
No. Not with Philip.
No.
I think I talked to James the most.
Yeah.
But because we had classes together.
Oh,
I don't think I had classes with either one of you.
No, yeah. I mean, I knew of you, but I just knew of you
I'm
because
scared.
no. No.
Yeah, that's a weird sentence to add a dramatic pause to.
I because of Daniel, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Obviously.
scared.
Nah, nothing weird. Don't worry.
I knew you because of
Yeah, I was like, did people think I was a whore?
No.
Because I didn't know whether it was okay to bring up Daniel. 'Cause I was talking to him about it.
Oh my god.
I think you're totally over. Okay, this guy's dude, would it be weird if I bring up Daniel? I'm like,
because
it was almost 10 years ago, so I don't.
Yeah.
So.
I was thinking that because that's the only reason we were hanging out though.
Yeah.
Because obviously Daniel, and,
Yeah.
I would talk to you, but I didn't know whether to bring that up or not. But whatever, I'm overthinking it. It's cool.
No, it's okay.
Cool.
I didn't think. Yeah.
I don't know.
Was this a conversation before I got here?
No.
Not with me.
Just I don't know what this guy.
I think I was just high. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, overthinking. Well, whatever.
This guy like made himself paranoid. With,
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know.
No,
Well, I didn't want
it's
to. I didn't want
fine.
you to make. I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. or
No,
anything.
it's
That's
not an uncomfortable
That's the
thing.
thing. So.
Now that we're talking about Daniel, I
Yeah.
mean,
Wouldn't it be funny if you just replaced him?
Oh my god.
that would be kind of poetic. Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
that'd be
that would be
hilarious.
kind of poetic.
Yeah.
Full circle, huh?
Oh my god.
I bet he wouldn't even find out, like, ever.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably
Why
not.
did-
Hello, everybody. We'd like to introduce our new.
Why did he? Am I allowed to ask like why he's not on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I mean, he just. I don't know. He fucking moved away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to another university in Baltimore?
Yeah. He lives on the East Coast now.
Yeah.
For right now.
Yeah, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
But that guy was always busy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He always made himself busy.
Yeah. That's,
So.
that's a good way to put it.
You know, I'm glad you brought up Daniel because I was going to at some point, but I was like, I'll wait. But I always wanted to ask, like, what was your idea of Daniel? Because I feel like everyone's idea of Daniel is a little different.
Different?
Yeah, because that guy, I feel like even after all these years, I can't.
What
can't
do you
read
mean
him?
my idea?
Yeah,
Like, what do I
Like,
think
yeah,
of him?
Yeah.
I don't think I really like knew him or knew about him until like probably my senior year. Like I probably would see him around, but I didn't know his name or anything. And then James and I had a class together, and he would always like pick up James after like they would walk to class
Yeah.
together. Like,
Whoa,
the class
whoa. What do you mean
after.
pick me up?
Like he would walk.
Carry James like a backpack.
No, like he would walk to James to our class, and him and James would like walk together to their next class.
Oh, it would have been a lot funnier if you told me that he picked you.
He was like holding my
No,
hand,
no,
walking
no.
down the
No.
hall.
He just walks up and
All right. So what the fuck's going on here? Huh?
And then we
Put
all
you on
had
the shoulders.
we all had sixth period together, me, Daniel, and
fuck.
James.
Oh, nice.
So then
What class was that?
media lit.
Oh
My first
yeah.
That guy's class.
Yeah, you
well,
could,
that's not a big deal.
well,
That's
yeah,
not a big
yeah. Okay, I forgot we were in that class together.
Yeah, so then
Yeah.
that's how I like knew him more. But I always knew he was like shy and like smart.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
I was just wondering because I can't read the guy.
James was the matchmaker.
I was. I
Yeah.
don't really remember.
Yeah, I remember. I would
I
tell
remember. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I do remember.
you. Yeah.
Because you like initiated
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I
I remember you
planted the
telling us,
seeds.
and then you're like just trying to push Daniel, like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I remember I had third period, I think it was, with James, and then sixth period again with both of them. So I would tell James, like, oh, I think Daniel's cute, or I would, like, talk about Daniel to him. And then I guess you guys, or you would tell him something, and I remember one day in sixth period, he, like, comes up to me, never spoken to me before, never said a word to me, like, throws a note on my desk. Throws a note.
I didn't know about this part.
Throws a note on my desk and then goes and sits back on his desk, and I was like so red, like what the heck? So I like secretly opened the note. I don't even remember what it said. It was probably like, "Do you want to hang out?" Or it was literally probably like a sentence, and I was just like,
You just said hi.
Yeah, it
You
was
know
like,
what? There's nothing more Daniel than that.
Yeah,
He
it was
probably
just like
put-
a sentence
He
long.
probably put like hi question mark yes or no.
Yeah, it was just yeah. So I was just like, okay.
I hope he does listen to this and he just starts cracking up.
Oh yeah.
just
I
the
hope
way
so.
he laughs.
Yeah, but
Let's
that
just
was
embarrass the fuck out of him this episode.
Yeah, that was like the last month, I think, of senior year.
Really?
Yeah, it
It
was,
was that
very
late in the year?
late into the year.
Damn, he was shooting this shot.
Because I only dated him for a couple months. And I
Yeah.
remember it was during the summer. And that's when I would hang out with you guys. We would go to Philip's house, and you guys would all go in the pool.
Yeah.
Or we would go to Daniel's house, and you guys would all smoke hookah. And
What?
yeah.
You were there?
Yeah.
A couple times.
were at my
Dude,
house?
I
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Holy
forgot
shit.
about all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah. I remember a couple times.
And
Yeah,
I
it's-
still didn't talk to you? You were in my house and I didn't talk to you?
were always, I felt like you were always with your
Oh.
girlfriend at the time.
The devil?
This is during the dark ages.
Yeah.
The dark ages.
this is plague era right here. Killing my soul slowly.
The one who must not be named.
Was
Yeah.
Daniel consistently awkward throughout those couple months, or did it ever like wean off?
I was attracted to him because he was very nice, and I like shy guys.
Okay.
And I knew he's never had a girlfriend before.
Dang, you're looking for someone malleable.
Fresh meat.
Someone who wasn't damaged yet.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, so
Dang.
but he was really quiet, and
Shit.
I remember after we started like talking more, texting, then he started walking me to class instead of you after our third period.
Motherfucker.
And then,
That's where our relationship all started going down.
oh my
Dude,
God.
what a
I'm
sin.
kidding.
Damn.
What was your question?
Was he consistently
awkward
Yeah,
throughout?
yeah. He was really shy, but I knew that going into it, and he was really awkward. And when he asked me to be his girlfriend, I was surprised because I had only like talked to him for a couple weeks. And I remember I told my sister, I was like, oh my gosh, like this guy I've been talking to, he already asked me to be his girlfriend. Like I said yes, but I felt like it kind of moved too fast. Like, I don't know. I've only been hanging out with him for a little bit. And she's like, oh, no, it's fine. But he was really nice. And he taught me how to drive. He was the first person
Really?
to teach me how to drive.
What?
He let me
Wow.
drive the
What?
Dodge Dart.
Oh my God.
Mother Teresa.
Yeah. He taught me how to drive. And then I
didn't know
remember
that.
for my birthday, he bought me like a heart necklace. And it was like from a real jewelry store. And I was like, oh my
What the
gosh.
fuck?
Like,
Damn.
no guy has ever bought me real jewelry other than from like Claire's or something. But he like had the whole jewelry box, and I was just like, oh my God, like, cool.
Dang,
What the
man. I
fuck
feel
is
like I'm
this?
falling in love with Daniel all over again.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
What the fuck?
But yeah, that was a fun summer until he moved
See,
away.
This is shit.
Yeah.
This is shit he would not tell us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
would
tell us
not
any of
tell us
that.
You know? Yeah, he was really, really shy. I did most of the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't talk much.
Yeah. Yep. He's still like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with us.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I miss you, fucker. Wherever you are.
Into my drink, but I'm gonna take it out and drink it. So
Trooper.
Thank you for sharing that.
if I can get it out.
Man, it's just so weird. Like, I think that's why I do feel like an adult. Is because when I think about stuff like that, it does feel kind of far away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's nostalgic.
That's why I didn't even think you guys would remember that I dated him, because it was literally we were boyfriend and girlfriend like
No.
2 months.
Oh, no.
Trust
that
me, it was a big deal. Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
Why was it a big deal?
It was just that was like Daniel's first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda,
you were
yeah.
Daniel's first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me another one, please? Sorry.
Yeah. And
Just, I know this is going to sound fucked up, but.
let me. Or
No. You go. You go ahead.
Okay.
No. Let's see.
Have you watched that '70s show?
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel was our Fez, you know? Like,
Oh
he
my
came to us
gosh.
innocent and pure, so we helped corrupt him, you know? And watching him take, like, his wings and spread them out, you know? And
Yeah.
the fact that he gave you a note, like, proud of him, you know?
Not just that, but, like, when we did find out you were his girlfriend, we're like, really? Really? How did you manage to do that? It was just a little mind blowing because I never would imagine like you two
Yeah.
linking up at some
Mm.
point. I was just like, okay.
He was just, yeah, it was
It's
really hard to
interesting.
get him out of his shell sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently, like you could get out of his shell.
Yeah.
You just like threw a note. I'm like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, that's why
That's like-
I remember.
He damn near threw it at your head or what?
Yeah,
this
I
dude-
remember my
that's
first
like,
period.
That's like elementary
The
school.
girl that sat next to me, I told her, I was like, oh, this guy that I think is cute in like my 6th period, like he threw a note at me yesterday, and like she's like, that's so weird. I was like, I thought it was sweet, and she's like, no, what did it say? Like I was like
Do you-
showing her the note.
Do you remember how he threw it?
No, I don't.
Was it like a total like
It was like no.
Pretending to walk to the pencil sharpener?
like dump in a package?
No. It was like the class was barely starting and everyone was walking in, and then like
Okay.
I walked in and sat
He
down.
did it in the beginning of
Yeah,
class?
in the beginning of class.
See, I
like
took.
you got to stare at him for the whole class. Like, dude, what the fuck's this note?
Well, this is my next question. Did he make eye contact? Or?
I don't even remember. I just
Okay.
remember the note.
Okay.
It was like
Dude,
the
you
Jersey
probably-
Shore.
The note. Yeah.
He probably
Who
like
wrote the note?
I totally imagine
Ron,
like he was
stop.
dumping a gun in a gutter. You know what I mean? Like,
or he
just-
careened. He
No,
careened.
I don't
he careened
remember
it. He's just like,
all the details. No, I don't remember all that. But I
Just
remember
dumped
there
it.
was a note.
Man, this dude
That's
ain't
how it
shy, dude.
started.
This dude's playing a fucking role, man.
Yeah.
This dude's not shy. He's
Dude,
buying
that-
her jewelry. He's
that's
throwing
what I-
notes on her
that's what I
desk.
keep
Like, what the
thinking.
fuck? What was our job? Huh? Like, what? Nah, this dude's.
But that's what I like. Like, he's never had a girlfriend. Obviously, he's not a douche. Like, he was really sweet. That's like all that I took from the relationship. I was like, man, Daniel was so nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
He set the precedent.
He's a nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was gonna say anymore.
Weren't we talking something about high school before I started the episode?
Oh yeah, what were we talking about? We were talking about maturity. Oh, you asked us. You asked us. If we
Oh,
feel,
there was something. Yeah,
What-
we were still talking about just if we felt like adults, but there was something else we were talking about. I don't remember.
But you asked us if we feel like
Old.
No, I don't. Like, yeah, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I can't shake like that feeling like that. I just feel like I'm in high school still.
Mm.
It's weird. I don't know. Not like, not that I want to be, but like in terms of like my personality.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
completely different from high school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
know. I feel like I haven't changed much. Like, obviously, I've matured and I understand like responsibility
Yeah.
in other situations, or like I know how to handle like certain situations. But yeah, I feel like I'm still like, I'll say whatever. Like,
I feel like I have moments where I'll think like, man, was that even me? Like, I feel like I wasn't even.
yeah,
It's almost like thinking back of like a cousin, you know?
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like I've changed a
I
lot.
can't even remember myself like how I was.
In
Really?
high
I
school.
can't remember.
I feel like you had a lot of girlfriends.
Yeah, probably.
Bro, you want to talk about like random relationships? There'd be so many times when I'm like, who are you dating? Where did you fucking talk to them? Like, where did you find this person?
See, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw her name pop up, I'm like, oh shit! Like she must have heard a story or something. Like, why is she messaging me?
And
Like,
it's
is
funny because I messaged him like at 11 p.m. or
I was
like
already in
super
bed.
late.
I had
at
work
night.
the next.
Oh yeah.
You
But
know?
I had to hype myself up to send the message because I was
You're
scared.
like pacing in your room.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
No, I had showered before that, and I was thinking the whole time because I had been thinking about doing it, about like messaging you guys, but then I was like, no, like what are they gonna think? Like I didn't really talk to them that much. Like they're just gonna think I'm a weirdo. And then like I was in the shower, and I was just like, okay, like I'm gonna do it when I get out. I'm gonna do it. And then like I got out of the shower, and like I did it. And if I'm gonna do something, I have to do it like hit send and like grab my phone and,
my
like
God.
run
Throw your
away.
phone- Yeah, throw your phone
So,
away.
so we were dying the whole time. I didn't look at it.
No, because I was like, it's late. He's asleep. That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to send it then. So
Yeah.
I'm not like.
I don't wake
Uh,
up till like 3 a.m. every day. So
oh fucking hell.
4
Yeah, fuck
hours right
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad. I'm glad you did though. Like, I kind of feel like we can't think of people to have on, but I feel like if people like just can't, we're like, hey, can I be on the podcast? We wouldn't.
Nah.
We wouldn't be
Yeah.
opposed to it.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think we would be like think like, oh, that's weird. And I feel like if anything, it makes it easier. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Like, yeah. Would it be weird if we would have hit you up and be like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast?
Yeah, that would have been. I feel like that would have been weirder.
I don't think it would have been weird because I'm
Uh.
like, it's like if I was like a super random person that I've never even met or ever even talked to, yeah, that would have been weird.
Okay.
But since it's you guys and because I'm familiar with the podcast, I wouldn't have thought that was that weird.
Okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
I remember you commented on one of the podcasts. I think when you guys were in your college's like room.
Uh-huh.
I think you had commented
Oh.
on Daniel's like because he made it about something. I forgot what the
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
was
yeah,
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was
What
like,
did
oh,
it do
she
with,
listened.
like,
That's
that?
cool.
Yeah.
That.
Leukemia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finding like bone marrow like matches, right?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, when he told us, I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like,
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
yeah.
Mm.
Now it's coming back to me.
But it was just like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I wouldn't like, yeah, I'd be willing to have anyone on, honestly. Not anyone, but like, like from high school, that'd be cool. Like just to see where they're
Yeah,
at. like, what
now
they're
that you're
doing.
here, I kind of want to pick your brain. What was high school like for you?
I wanted to
That is a
ask
good
you guys
question.
that question
That is a
because
good
I felt
question.
like everybody that I've like adults that have talked to me and stuff, and they're like everyone tries to seem like high school is the best, or like, oh, if you can go back to high school, like, would you? I'm like, heck no, I hated high school. Like, I felt like I was really shy, I was really quiet. And, like, I seemed kind of bitchy, but that was because I didn't like to talk to people, and I didn't like to put myself out there, and I wasn't very, like, whoa, like, I was very anal. Like, I didn't want to smoke. I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to do anything bad. And, like, I just didn't enjoy high school, really. I, like, went to school and went home. Like, I didn't involve myself in activities, like, I didn't do anything. I like hated high school. I dreaded waking up every day and going to school. I hated it.
That's crazy to hear.
Damn.
I didn't get that impression from you.
Yeah, me
No,
neither.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated high school.
Wow.
I did. Yeah.
I felt the same way though. I fucking hated high school. Like,
not me.
The only reason I liked high school was because of friends.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
And,
that's
like, the
the
friends
one
I got to
thing.
see every
That was
day.
the one thing that I could say I could miss sometimes is not having those responsibilities, just being able to
Yeah,
hang
that
out.
too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously that, like, being a kid and, like, not having to really care for much. But, yeah, I didn't have the best.
But yeah, being there, I
Yeah.
don't miss that.
Yeah. It wasn't until senior year that I started being, like, more involved. The more random things. Like, I joined cooking club. And then for our media lit class, he made us do, like, volunteer work. So,
Yeah,
like,
we had,
that
like,
kind
shadow
of.
someone.
Yeah, so that kind of, like, made me, like, be around the school. And then also I took sports medicine. So we had to travel with the football team. So that made me kind of do more stuff. But before that, I never went to dances. I never went to games. I never did anything.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm just here to do my stuff and leave. Like, I'm like, yeah, I have my friends. And, like, I love my friends. I still have friends from high school. But, yeah, I didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Dang.
Huh.
I feel like the dances were something to experience.
Definitely.
Yeah, those were cool.
I think sophomore year, I went to homecoming. And then I got stood up. And then I never went to a dance until senior year.
Damn.
Dang.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, honestly. You want a name drop?
Yeah.
We'll DOS this dude.
It's funny because I didn't remember that. I like blocked that from my head. And then I dated that person that
That stood you
stood
up?
me up.
Like after?
After high school, I dated them. And
Oh.
my friend reminded me after, like, once I, like, was talking to them
Oh,
and
like
stuff.
you hadn't remembered?
No, once I was talking to them and stuff. And then I told my friend, like, oh, I'm talking to this person. And they're like, didn't he stand you up for homecoming? I was like, did he? And she's like,
Damn.
yeah, I remember you had to go with so-and-so because
So she started a whole fight right there.
it wasn't a fight.
You
No.
didn't go and question him about it?
No, I did because she reminded me and I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. So and I went and told him, remember when you stood me up for homecoming? And he's like, no, I didn't. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's
right.
all coming back to me now. Like, I remember you did that. And then I told his mom.
Oh, damn.
His excuse was that his mom didn't let him go. And I
Okay.
told his mom, and I was like, yeah, my friend just reminded me that he stood me up for homecoming. And then he said that it was because you didn't let him go. And she's like, no, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have said that. And I was just like, huh.
What was his reasoning after that?
He's like, no, yeah, I remember. It's because this. It was because that. I was like, yeah,
that dude
yeah.
don't remember though.
This isn't your current boyfriend, right?
no.
Okay,
He didn't
okay.
go to our high school, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck that guy.
That dude don't remember. I mean,
Damn.
that dude remembers that, but he, like, nah.
But I didn't remember it. So until my friend, if my friend would have never said anything, I would have never remembered that.
That's funny.
Dang.
One thing I will say about dances, or like those like dances, is like the younger we were, the like nastier they were.
What do you mean nasty or like sweaty?
Sweaty and just like shit that middle school kids shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean?
I never went to any middle school dances.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how dirty those
That's when it
got.
started, and I feel like the older I got, like the more like
Tame.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
more appropriate.
No, because now that you're saying that, I remember senior year I went to the homecoming dance.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't go with a date. I just went with like girlfriends. And I was like dancing with a guy and I could feel
Okay.
and I was so scared. Because I wasn't like sexual in high school. So that was kind of like my first encounter.
Dude.
Your first encounter.
And I was so scared and I just like ran away.
Oh my God, Cindy.
That's
Wait, why did you bring this up?
Because you were saying how dirty they got.
Oh, yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, well,
Oh, yeah,
maybe they
yeah.
weren't that.
That's not
dirty.
even dirty. That's just horny.
I
That's
was gonna say that's. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I-
yeah.
What was it? Sophomore year? Was it sophomore year homecoming?
When I got molested. Oh my god.
Molested?
Dude, this dude got pulled in by a big girl. Like this chick was
big bitch.
big. And I remember just seeing his face, and that dude he was trying to figure a way out, and he couldn't figure a way
This-
past her.
This.
She was like
I
dancing
think
with you?
I think you were still playing football at that time too, and you could not get past her, dude. And she
Dang.
I was not playing football at that time anymore.
Oh, was it freshman
Anyway,
year? Sorry.
This is what happened. I have bad luck at dances. At least like all the dances I went to like high school and before, or like senior year before, I would have my ass grabbed at least like once, if not
Yeah.
twice.
Well, dude, it's fat.
Are you thick? Double C?
Yeah.
Apparently, I would say I'm thick. I would
Yeah.
say I'm thick.
Quadruple C.
Yeah.
Like I would clap my cheeks, but
Couple
yeah, it was homecoming.
Yeah, it was homecoming.
Yeah, it was homecoming.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. Another girl had grabbed me. She said, "Come here," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then she just kind of like threw me on this girl, and I don't know what she was doing. I just couldn't get out. Like,
Yeah. You just look so mortified.
I was
and
scared.
I just remember just laughing. It was kind of like a pointed laugh, kind of like, oh shit.
You
He's
think
trapped.
you think they knew you were thick? You think you were like the talk of the fucking high school? Like, hey, you know who's thick? Fucking James is thick, dude.
That word wasn't in when we were in high school.
Oh,
so
I
they
know,
would have
man.
said
You know who's
I
got
hope-
fat.
something else.
I hope not, but
You're the talk of the school,
fuck,
dude.
there's something I was gonna add. I think what it is, man. I think what it is that because I'm a smaller guy, I think the more aggressive women think they could just like manhandle me, you know? But it's just like, no,
Hey, this,
I'm gonna run away.
I don't know why, but this reminds me. Remember that Instagram account that was made for like our high school?
Yeah.
I think it was Facebook.
Made for
No,
a high
it was
school.
Instagram.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Instagram.
I don't know then.
Like
I was about to say it, but I
it
was
was like
like,
an
oh, shit.
official. It was
What?
it was like an official
Yeah,
Instagram, or like
and
a
then
or some-
people from the students can hashtag their hashtag, and they would choose photos from your hashtag to put in the yearbook.
Who made that fucking thing? Do you know?
Probably a yearbook person.
Yeah, it had to have been a yearbook person.
But I remember that because some of my photos got chosen.
Wow.
She got a trophy in her room.
I don't know why, but the whole like talk of the school thing about his ass, like I just thought like, what if there was just like a message board or like a forum or something with a bunch of chicks just like posting
It's called
pictures of your ass on there, dude.
James'sButt.com. Bro, just be proud of it, dude.
Yeah.
Can we talk about something else?
What side of the family does that thing come from?
Oh,
huh?
God. Here we go.
Yeah, I really want to know now. But nah, it's what was your question to us? What was your question?
No, it was.
My question?
Yeah, it was
Uh,
about
How was
my
oh,
high school
our
experience?
high school
High school
experience.
experience.
Yeah.
And then that you wanted to ask us that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I do. Yeah, I kind of want to talk about that.
First?
Sure. I don't know. Like, I felt like our high school didn't have the typical like cliques. Like, I feel like there wasn't a way to, like, there were like more popular people and like not as popular people, but not like the typical, like, oh, here's the jocks, here's the nerds,
Yeah.
here's like the skaters. But I don't know if maybe that's my perspective because I felt like I didn't really fit into any of those like.
I didn't think I was
labels?
part of a group, but I felt like there was groups.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's a good point. Yeah.
Like what? Like in what way?
Like, I knew who the cool kids were. Like, I knew who
Mhm.
the popular kids were. Like, I know who the nerdy kids were.
Mm.
But I don't think I fit any, or I was in anything.
Do you think everybody feels that way, or do you think like the group we were talking about before? You think they think like, oh yeah, I was like
They knew
in
they were
that
cool.
group.
I feel like it wasn't that they knew they were cool. They just acted better than everybody.
Yeah. They were bullies.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like a different term nowadays. Like, everyone's like, I'm
No,
bullied.
yeah.
But, like, I don't mean literally, they would bully someone, but they were kind of mean.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that vibe too.
Mm.
Some of the stories out here would be like,
Yeah.
damn, like that's what's going on over there.
Hmm.
What the fuck? What,
Did
I
you
didn't hear
ever
this.
did you ever see like our group like senior or junior year?
Would you guys hang out by
By the library,
Mhm.
the emergency
Yeah.
exit.
Mhm.
Yep,
Mhm.
that was our spot.
Yeah.
What was our group?
That I think that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like we were.
I don't feel like you guys were a group because it was like you guys were all from different groups.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird.
We
You
were
guys were all different.
Yeah,
You guys
we were
all
like the
hung out.
UN, bro. We were like the UN groups. Maybe that's why I feel that way is because, like, we weren't all one thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? There were some of us that were like doing more drugs, and some that weren't doing any drugs, and there were
Yeah.
some that were drinking, some that weren't,
Yeah.
some that were academically successful, some that weren't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had-
I was on that map.
yeah.
We pretty much had everything. We had like the skaters, the bikers. We had.
Yeah. And I
It
think
was just like if you didn't feel like you fit into this high school thing, come to the emergency exit by the library. Right?
that was such a good spot,
Come
man.
join
And
the
like,
cave. Yeah.
I loved that spot. The
Yeah.
fact that the building was like a circle, and we
Uh-huh.
were like in the circle. You know what I mean? Everybody else. Is, Look at
Oh,
us now. Look at us now.
it all comes full circle, dude.
Right. But I feel like I'll watch like TV shows where how they depict high school, right? And they depict how like there's all these groups and there's like this like drama between all of them or stuff like that. And I feel like I didn't pick up on any of that at all. But maybe it's because I didn't care.
Mm.
But yeah, like it didn't feel that way. It didn't feel like, oh, there's this pressure to try to be cool or like popular.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I didn't feel I didn't feel pressure to be cool, but I felt like I knew who people were just
Mhm.
because of
I
what
got-
they did in high school.
I got like total
Yeah.
Mean Girl vibes. Like my
Really?
first day of freshman year, I was like, okay, I'm starting to see like how this works.
Hmm.
I feel like I even caught it in like junior high. It seemed like
Yeah.
the groups were like already established.
I feel like it's different in a girl's point of view, maybe because guys just like don't care and like don't see anything and they're very oblivious
That's a
to
good
like
point.
social encounters. But as a girl, yeah, it was like,
it felt like that.
yeah.
What the
Wow.
fuck? That's crazy.
And it's weird because the elementary school that I went to, not a lot of people from that elementary school went to our junior high school.
Mm.
Everyone here talking right now, went to the same junior high, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Side note.
yeah.
Yeah, so my elementary school, not a lot of people from that elementary school went to our junior high.
Same.
So I only had like a couple people that I knew. And I feel like my elementary school was very childish. Like we all stayed kids
Hmm.
like through the whole time, like through 6th grade. And it wasn't until I went to junior high that I started realizing like, in elementary school I still played with dolls. And then when I go to junior high school, like
It's not
girls are
cool
wearing
anymore.
tank tops and girls are kissing boys and girls have
Dude, it's a big
boyfriends.
change,
And
man.
I was like, what
Yeah.
the heck?
It's a big
Like,
change. I think that's a good point because like I feel like
I think I came from the wrong elementary school.
no, I feel like I came from the same like thing. Like we in 6th grade we were just like who
Kids.
wanted to play out in the fucking grass, who wanted to
Yeah.
play kickball, or who wanted to
Yeah,
play like
yeah.
fucking
Mhm.
handball. And then when I went to like 7th grade, I was like, holy
there
shit.
wasn't even recess.
Yeah, like everything was like fucking crashed upon me, you know what I mean? I got fucking
Dude, 7th grade, I was a fucking loner. Like I
Yeah,
had
me
no
too.
friends.
Mm.
I
had
hung
no
out with the
great difference.
emo kids because like 2 or 3 girls that went to my elementary school were part of the emo crowd. And they were the only people that I knew. So I was
They
like
adopted
hanging
you?
out with the emo kids because.
See, this is what I mean. Like, who were the emo kids?
But in elementary school, it's nobody that I even remember from high school. It was like really random people that I don't think I never kept in touch with. I was only part of the emo crew for like a bit until
Okay.
I like met other friends from other schools. I was like, okay, this is more my vibe here.
I
Like,
see.
I'm peace out, emo kids.
Yeah, maybe I was just completely oblivious. Like, I felt like I couldn't identify like a group like that. Like,
No, they were emo kids.
really?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, no, I
very
remember-
obvious.
yeah, I
They would
remember.
hang out by the cafeteria.
Yeah. It's just weird because like
Yeah, I can remember you were kind of like, you didn't really see that shit. I can
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
I guess not. Wasn't paying
Um,
attention.
But I feel like I never really caught that. I don't know. I feel like my elementary, no one really had an identity.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, dude, you're
Yeah,
fucking.
I
No,
feel like,
like-
my
like, I
elementary
feel like you could-
school, there was no popular kids. There was no, like everyone was the same. Like, yeah, I had a boyfriend, but I would never speak to them.
Yeah.
We would just
Yeah,
call
that-
each other boyfriend, girlfriend, but like never talk to each other, and then go home, go on AIM. Hey,
Oh my god.
Hey.
you want to hold
Oh my
hands
God.
tomorrow?
I just feel like you could.
What would you do if I was there right now?
Yeah.
I feel like
and
when
then you go to school, never speak to them.
Yeah.
I feel like when I think back about it, but like I feel like you can kind of tell, like, I don't know, like you can tell the kids apart. Like they like certain things, cool. They don't. I just don't remember like anyone standing out like that until 7th grade, and it was like
Mhm.
weird,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
like that.
Yeah.
It was just like not even a year. It was just like a summer difference, like, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we're all the
remember.
same age and stuff, but like 7th to 8th grade was like like so different than like elementary school. It's weird.
Yeah, I remember going to 7th grade, and then I had a boyfriend. But again, I was still used to like an elementary school relationship. Like, yeah, we'll hold hands, but that's it. And I remember these girls that were from a different elementary school. They were all trying to push me to kiss him, and they were already doing that stuff in their elementary school, kissing boys. And I was like, they were like telling me all the time, like, you haven't kissed him? Wow. Like pressuring me to kiss him. I was like, I've never kissed a boy. Like, I don't want to kiss this guy.
And
He
I
has a
think-
mustache.
That's what I think. I just went to the wrong elementary school because, like, I mean, there was always fights. Like, we would play,
What?
like, yeah, we'd play like spin the bottle during recess and stuff like
What
that.
elementary school did you go to?
I could tell you after.
Okay.
It started with a K. It's not that far
Ah.
from our high school. It's like literally a block away.
I don't know.
Okay, but
Maybe I know.
so like for me, there wasn't that big of a shift from 6th to 7th grade because I don't know, the people I was around, they were already like fighting or like already talking about girls and like what you did and stuff like that. And then it's weird because like, I mean, we've talked about this before, but the shit that we were doing in 7th grade or especially in 8th grade was kind of like weird thinking back now because I'll see middle schoolers. I'm like, oh man, I know some of y'all are doing that. Like, that's not right. But we were doing shit like that too.
I wasn't a bad kid.
My elementary school, it was everyone there practically went to the school down the street, the high school.
Hmm.
So like there was probably like a handful, like 5 or 6 kids, plus me that went to junior high. So it was just, yeah, I was a loner 7th grade. I had no friends.
Yeah, I didn't really hang out with like the best crowd. So like I had a lot of kids that I like went to elementary school with, went to my junior high, but by the time high school came around, most of them were like in a continuation school already. Or some shit. Yeah, we're going to that one school.
Dude, that
with
just
the
shows
G.
what kind of elementary school like you came from, man.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, man, I was innocent. I feel like 7th to 8th grade fucking like planted that seed. And I'm
Really?
like, this is how I gotta be.
Bro, I remember going to the Boys and Girls Club. I was in like 3rd grade, okay? And my friend of the Boys and Girls Club was also in 3rd grade, but went to another elementary school. And he was the one that was telling me about like jugworld.com and shit like that.
Shout out,
Oh my God.
sponsor us.
I don't know, man. And it's weird to see this big of a difference. Like you have these kids that are like you know, their kids are like fucking wholesome,
Yeah.
and then you have these kids that are like, man, where the fuck did you learn this stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, yeah, because bringing back, like, yeah, because I had a girlfriend in, like, 6th grade, and then I was asked if I wanted to kiss her. I was like, no, what the fuck? I don't want to do that. Like, that's fucking weird, right? But me, like, you know what I mean? I didn't fucking know otherwise. And then going into 7th grade, it was like, man, just like a lot of other girls here. You know what I mean? I was like, and then I saw the one that I found most attractive. I was like, oh, I could get her, right? Not doing anything, not even like talking to her or anything. Like, oh, she'll notice me.
What, you just walk up and grab her or what?
No, like I was like, she'll notice it sooner or later.
You're
she
just like
noticed me.
popping a pose.
Yeah,
somewhere waiting
I
for
have
her
a-
to look
Dude,
to
I have
you.
a class with her.
That is the most Andy fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Put in no effort, she'll notice me.
Yeah, she'll notice me sooner or later. You know, it's cool. But no, but like, you know what I mean? Like she.
This lazy motherfucker,
The si-
man. Oh my god.
At least throw a note.
I know, right? Fucking pull
Yo.
a Daniel.
Yeah, man, you gotta learn
Yeah.
from the master,
Yeah.
dude.
But like, but going into 7th grade, like my 6th grade girlfriend wanted to be with me still, but I was like, nah, what the fuck?
That's
Dang.
6th grade vibes.
I was like, nah, I don't want it.
we,
Like, right?
we were
'Cause-
kids.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want this because I could have this, but like, nah, it never happened, obviously. But like, yeah,
Damn, bro,
I just
you probably
felt.
broke that little girl's heart.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where is she now, Andy? Where is she now?
I don't
Huh?
talk about it.
What could have been the one that got away?
I know,
Yeah.
dude.
Damn,
And then
bro.
like fucking half a year later, I was simping over her. I was like, could have.
Oh God.
Oh,
Things were so
no.
simple
Typical
in 6th
men.
grade.
It's like, man, I
Yeah.
didn't know what I had until I let it go, dude. Like,
Jesus Christ.
you know.
Kicking this thing in my head.
That's simp shit, bro.
I could have had this. Oh, man. But yeah, man, I felt super innocent still. It was like
Yeah.
this big change, like, yeah, like that I felt because a lot of shit was happening to me in like 7th grade, 8th grade. I don't know
It
if
changes.
not changes like physically, but like experiences I was encountering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want, I don't know if I want to talk about it, but like, it was just like, man, like,
I will say,
hey,
man.
you remember how bad your nipples would hurt some days?
Dude, yes. Sometimes I remember that. Okay. For whatever reason, a male going through puberty makes your nipples tender. And they hurt.
You know what
And-
show depicts this great?
What
Fucking
show?
Big Mouth.
Do they have a
They
episode
have-
about that?
Yeah, they have a scene where that shit happens, and it's
That's
just like,
funny.
oh my god, I fucking forgot about that.
And like, I don't know if you noticed, but like in middle school, guys are always trying to pinch each other's nipples.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't just because you're pinching their nipples, because it fucking hurt.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Huh.
Isn't that
You're just-
weird?
You're just
Yeah.
confused.
I remember
know
my
why.
guy friend telling me about that his nipples were hurting, but I was like, that's weird. Go get that checked out.
I had
And-
that too. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
weird thing
My
is, like,
nipples are puffy.
no one warned you about that. No one
Yeah,
warned
no
you
one
about your
told us.
nipples being hurt.
Yeah, no one
You're-
told me about that. They talked a lot about like just fucking pubic hair. They never brought this up.
Yeah.
Huh.
Man, we had no direction for puberty. Dude.
Yeah, you just
have to
wake
go
up and
through
your
it.
nipples are hurting. You're like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And then you realize everyone's nipples are hurting.
This is why these. This is why those dances are so fucking dirty. No one knows what the fuck to do, bro. Like,
I'm just
everyone's
saying-
feeling all these type of things. Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone in there, their nipples are probably hurting. They don't know what to do.
That was a dangerous time, though. You either be in your nipples grabbed or your balls tapped.
I don't know why middle school boys or males are so fucking aggressive, man.
Yeah,
Just
I remember
purposefully
most, like,
tripping
a lot
each
of-
other.
A lot of fights too happened in 8th grade, or like middle school.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember, I think it was 8th grade. There was a food fight.
Oh,
yeah.
I was in there.
Yeah,
The
I was
food
there
fight.
too.
I got
They split the
detention
lunches.
for that.
You did?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
You passing the text
Yeah.
message around?
Oh.
Dang, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember,
Yeah.
and that I wasn't a bad kid. Like I had never gotten detention. Like I never did anything bad. And then I remember they called me into the office one day, and after the food fight, I did not even participate in the food fight. I remember I was in the cafeteria. Everyone starts swinging food, and I'm like ducking, trying not to get hit. I didn't throw one thing.
You remember?
And then-
sorry, I
sorry.
didn't mean to cut you off.
And then I go, whatever, class goes on, and then they call me into the office.
Damn, so that means someone snitched you out.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to say,
The
The
how'd they
girl
know?
that stitched me out was in there.
Wow.
And I know who
They
it was.
wanted you to know.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, yeah, we were told that you were sending the text message, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, are you kidding me? I did not throw a thing. Yeah, I sent the text, but I mean, I wasn't really down, but.
You just want to be that cool kid.
I wasn't
that
really
passed it along.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told on me that I sent the text message, and I was just like, whatever. And then they made me like clean up all the food.
Damn. You remember?
That sucks.
You remember that guy Matt that used to hang out with us?
Yeah.
I don't mind saying his name because
Yeah.
I don't know where that fucking guy's at.
Yeah, I do remember.
Me and him were walking into the cafeteria, and I just remember seeing like one fucking piece of chicken being thrown across.
And it just
And then
fucking
it just
erupted.
it just went wild, and we're just looking at it, and then next thing you know, everyone's running at us, and we're like, "Oh fuck!" and we start running the other way.
Yeah, I was there. I was in there when it started. That was a fun day, man. That was
I
a really
think we
fun
were
day.
walking in there to find you guys.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
You know what's weird too, though? This just reminded me of it. Getting those like those chain text messages.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously chain emails have been around forever, but like a text message, that was the weirdest thing. Why do we do that?
or those
I know.
stupid ones that like if you don't pass it.
Yeah, there'd be
By
scary
something-
ones.
Yeah.
Something
I would
bad will
always
happen.
text
Don't look in the
those.
mirror in 3 days unless you send this to 15 people now. What the fuck, man?
There's still like stuff like that, like, but it's been modified for the, like current generation. I see on Twitter all the time, literally roll my eyes every time. There's like a Buddha photo. Retweet this to get good luck
Oh
in 3
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Retweet
Like on-
this and you'll have $5,000 in your bank account
Pretty much
tomorrow.
the same thing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
really? Stop.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hitting retweets on those. We're like, oh, if you
You never know.
if you ignore this, you'll have bad luck for
Yeah.
7 years. I'm like, oh,
I
I'm
know.
not ignoring
I hate
it.
The ones, I hate the ones that don't fully show the photo, so you have to open the phone and it says retweet if you love God, and if
Yeah.
not, He's watching you. I'm
Yeah,
like, retweet.
Or it'll be like heart for Jesus, retweet for the devil.
No, yeah,
What
but
the
it'll
fuck?
be like it's not even in your control. It's like if you ignore this, you're with the devil.
Yeah,
if,
that
if
too.
you if you don't, then you're with Jesus. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm here by accident, man.
I don't know. I just got here like 3 days ago.
Dude, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, those I hate those.
God.
But man, like, I remember that. Like, I remember that I was towards the entrance, so I wasn't like in the middle of it.
Mm.
But I remember a chocolate milk being thrown.
Yeah, I remember
The
that too.
sacks?
Mhm.
Like, yeah. And I was like, oh,
Dude, those chocolate milks fucking slap.
Those
I know.
are so
Honestly,
good.
the
Yeah.
food at our junior high was bomb. I still remember those huge cookies for
Oh,
75
dude,
cents.
I have yet to find a cookie that good.
Listen.
Like,
Yeah.
I swear to God, that was the best cookie I've
You
ever had in
remember
my
the
life.
fucking stupid shit we would do 8th grade? We would toss corners. We were we
Dude.
would
Dude.
flick quarters into like groups of male guys, and the
Because everybody would start fighting.
the second it took for them to realize what it was mayhem.
That's what we. That's what we did for lunch. yeah.
Everyone was begging for quarters. You wanted a cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, quarters.
So we would instead of fucking spending this
Yeah,
money on
yeah.
food, we would just like throw it in the middle of the group.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, look, a quarter, and then they would all just start fucking fighting over
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You just see them pushing and shoving, and someone's trying to step on the quarter.
it. Yeah.
I remember in in junior high, I tell my boyfriend this, but even though we're only 5 years apart, it's still a big generation gap from when
Yeah.
we went to high school. Like things are so different.
Mhm.
And I remember I told him, I was like, you know what's so weird? In junior high at lunchtime, they would have these like events, and they were called like noontime events. And during that time, that was when like jerking was a thing.
Oh my
And they would call
Oh.
it jerk offs. Did they ever do anything like that
No,
in your school?
no
He's all
way.
like, what
You're-
the hell
You're
is
lying
that?
to me.
Did
No,
your
I
did your
remember
middle
that.
school have jerk offs too?
No
Just-
way.
And they would play
No
that song, You're
way.
a jerk,
Yeah,
you're a
I
jerk.
do.
And
Yeah, I do
everyone would
remember
have
that.
a little
They
jerk off.
really call it jerk offs?
Yes, they would call it jerk off.
Why do I not remember this?
I remember that.
Dude, we were honestly dickheads in middle school.
We
remember?
were.
Remember when we
Yeah.
would fucking scare people just
Yeah,
for fun?
dude.
Like when walking down the hall, and right when someone would get close, like passing them, we would literally just yell and like try to jump scare people.
Yeah.
Why? I have no fucking. Clue.
I was one of those kids that like if you're walking by a puddle, oh, I was jumping in that fucking puddle.
Get my new shoes dirty. God damn it.
I don't know why. 8th grade, yeah, we were just dickheads. And then 9th
Yeah.
grade, we just
Mellowed out.
Yeah, we chilled out.
But you guys don't remember the jerk offs?
I feel like I do remember the jerk
No,
offs.
I don't remember
like,
those.
I remember. What was it called in junior?
There was a
high?
lot of jerk offs in middle.
Was it Avid still?
Huh?
Was it still Avid in junior high?
Yeah,
I
Avid.
think so.
I remember they would always be the ones that like would host events and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like, I remember like a stage one time. I remember like a whole.
It was like gated right there by the lunch area. And they would have jerk offs in there.
But it's crazy, like thinking that like.
Man, I have so many
cookies.
great memories of middle
Man.
school.
Like, I
I like
remember
middle
how
school
this
more
is.
than high school.
oh my
Dude.
god, I'm starting to remember some shit too.
Yeah. But like cookies, yeah, I think cookies were like 75 cents, right?
Yeah, they were huge.
Yeah, dude, and they were
cookies.
like they were good,
Soft,
right?
yeah, they were so good.
soft.
But I feel like because I remember the lines, like the little
Yeah,
windows
yeah,
that you
yeah.
could
The
buy
little
from.
windows, and they would sell the
The little ices with the sour.
Yeah, the ices.
slush puppies
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
slush
that's
puppies.
what
I
it was.
remember.
with the shocker.
Yep. Can I get 3 shockers, please?
Dude, what the fuck, man?
What were they
Dude,
feeding
our
us?
fucking middle school had shockers and jerk offs.
I know.
What the fuck is that?
Dude,
What
they're
a shocker,
preparing us,
bro.
man. They're preparing us for real life.
I
But,
remember,
like,
did you guys ever do sports at junior high?
Yeah, I did.
No.
I didn't. I
Okay,
was in
you
PE.
might
I did
remember
soccer.
8th grade, right? Yeah, it was 8th grade. There was a study hall one Wednesday, and for whatever reason, everyone was done with their homework, right? So we like all the guys started doing this competition, like who can jump past the trash cans, right? So you had a
I
line,
remember
everyone
this.
jumped over the first trash can, everyone jumped over the second trash can. And by the 5th trash can, the first dude fucking hit that
Eating shit.
He ate shit and fucking his face hit the grass so hard, and everyone saw, like everyone's watching this go down. It was so fucking funny, dude. It was so funny. And then everyone was like, "Yeah, this is kind of a bad idea."
Why did we do shit like that? I think my favorite memory from middle school, back our old homie A-Rod, that was his name,
Yeah.
A-Rod. I don't know if you'd remember him. His name was Andrew. He
Guy was a
fucking
giant.
huge,
Yeah.
yeah. But
That dude was on steroids.
it was one of those days where we had to like run. I don't know if it was the mile per se. Maybe
Yeah.
it was the mile
Yeah,
in
it
PE,
was.
and like you'd have to like run to check points, right, to do the mile. And for one of the checkpoints, it was like by the grass where the sprinkler was going, like obviously like going away. And do you remember the PE teacher, Mr. P? His last name started with P.
In high school or junior high?
In junior high. This is junior high.
Yeah, 3 daughters.
His daughter was in our grade, right?
Yeah, you had 3 of them.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
In junior
What
high.
the-
Wasn't that in high school?
Shaved
No,
legs. Shaved
no,
legs.
no.
Okay.
Who
I
would
thought
like-
he was from high school.
No,
No,
junior high.
he was from junior high.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was- yeah, yeah. So he was standing by the sprinkler, and our buddy A-Rod, he went behind the sprinkler, like leaning back on the grass. And then he was like, "Ooh, I'm squirting." And this PE teacher, you could tell, like, he had never had to deal with something like this before, because like he literally just looked at him and like lowered his sunglasses and then just looked back up and shook his head, didn't even say anything. Like, didn't get him in trouble,
gosh.
nothing.
That same guy, I had American history
Legendary.
with him, Daniel, and you, I think. Do you remember that?
Mm.
With the bald white guy?
Oh, Mr. fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the snake,
Dude. Wait.
his last name started with an S.
I think he also had a daughter, but she was older. A year older.
No. Wait, what year?
8th grade, yeah.
Yeah, this is 8th grade.
It was on the corner of one of the buildings. Second building.
Maybe because I was in that class too. Maybe it was me.
Start with a P?
No, it was with an S,
Whatever.
right?
I was saying,
Well,
like-
if it was
Oh.
one of you guys, you'd remember the story. But
Probably.
A-Rod had sent like one of those voice text messages to Daniel. And Daniel opens it, and it's the loudest fucking moan you've ever heard. And it's just fucking going, and Daniel doesn't know how to make it stop.
This dude was ahead of his time.
Dude,
bro.
no, I'm telling you, man, he did not give a single fuck, man.
Oh my god.
Daniel had to fucking pull out the battery to his phone.
This
Which
is- okay.
Daniel?
No,
Innocent Daniel?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
sad for him.
Dude, so this is during the time. It's weird because like I'll like I have like friends, or like my girlfriend has like cousins who are in high school now, right? And like things around phones have changed. Like I remember for us, you couldn't have a phone if anybody saw a phone at any point.
Yeah.
Like they're taking it away. Whereas like now you could have it, right? You could have it for lunch or whatever. Anyways, so this was before school started, middle school. We're all standing around. A-Rod's there, and he's listening to music on his iPod. And the woodshop teacher comes up. He says,
The old man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one.
Is this
Yeah.
Huh? This is junior high?
This is 8th grade. Yeah.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
And he tells him, "Hey, you need to put that away right now." And he literally just looked at him and said, "Nah." And then he asked him, "Okay, do you want to go see the principal?" And he like thought about it for a second, and he just went, "Yeah." And then he just left.
He just like looked off in the distance. I remember his stare. He's just
Yeah,
like,
he was like,
I'm trying to think about who you guys are talking about.
we'll remember later.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy was fucking huge. He was
He
as
was
tall
really
as
tall.
he was as
He was
tall
really
as the
I
teacher.
feel like I think I know who you're talking about, but then I don't.
He had the same name as him. Like his
No,
first name was
yeah,
Andrew.
yeah, but
yeah.
I don't.
Did he
I'm not sure
grow?
if that was his
Did,
name.
did he grow from then, or was he like that height for?
Dude, I remember
Well, he didn't
'cause
go to
I
high
went-
school.
I went to elementary school with him. Yeah, he didn't go to. Oh,
Did
he
he
did
have
go to high
a-
school, but I think just freshman year.
Did he have an ear
Yeah.
piercing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I may know who you're talking about.
I went to elementary school with him, and I remember in like 5th grade, he was already the same height as the teacher. That dude was just fucking huge.
Like,
Yeah.
because I know we saw him after high school.
Yeah.
Is he the same height as like 8th grade?
Oh, dude, maybe, man.
He just had
Honestly, he was like my closest friend going from elementary to like junior high into the beginning of high school. And it's funny because you know that book of Mice and Men,
Mhm.
where it's like Lenny and what's the other guy?
Mhm.
George and Lenny.
George and
George
Lenny.
and
That,
Lenny.
like that was us.
Yeah.
Like this dude could have fucking killed me probably with one hand.
Yeah.
But like I would bully him and I would like tell him what to do, and he would just follow me around. And then I remember reading the book and be like, dude, that's us, man. Like,
I will pet the bunny.
Yeah.
I will love the bunny.
he wasn't the smartest guy either.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't the
I
smartest guy.
fucking love that guy though.
Yeah.
That guy was hilarious.
See, if I were to go back in high school, it would just to like go back and experience it without giving a fuck at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
even though I didn't care, you still care, right? Like
Mhm.
you just don't want to be seen as like a weirdo or like
or a fuck up really.
that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you do care about your own image. I wish I could go back and just like
Because it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
None
Yeah.
of it mattered really.
Yeah, now that I think about it now.
Maybe care a little more about my classes.
That
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
done, yeah. I would have cared a little more about school. But yeah, I was like shy. I was like, I didn't really want to talk. I didn't want to seem like uncool. But like, yeah, like thinking about it, like knowing what I know now, I would have been like, man, this doesn't fucking matter at all.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
In our
Like,
next lives, friends.
This doesn't
Internet's
matter.
lives.
Yeah. I would have been more like F all of y'all.
Yeah,
And it makes me
honestly.
think like in terms of like reincarnation, was Andrew like had he lived that like 10 times, and he's like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Maybe, man.
He's like telling a teacher like, nah.
Dude, that guy didn't fucking care.
I
at
remember
all.
that morning, and we're just like, "What the fuck? This dude just doesn't give a shit."
Yeah.
I love that guy though.
You wish to go back and be more like him?
No, I definitely don't wish that. But I was just saying, like, because like people say, oh, if you could go back to high school, would you? I would go back just to have more fun with it. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
to like fuck around more.
Yeah.
Because there's so much, like, I don't know why I cared about like certain things in high
Yeah,
school.
that's how I feel now.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do I even care so much? Like, who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah. So it's not so much like again, I hated high school. It's not so much, oh, I would love to go back to relive it. Fuck no. It would be fun to go back and just like not give a fuck. And
Yeah.
just
Yep.
do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
We
I
were
remember.
we were kind of on the razor's edge sophomore. Sophomore year.
I mean, not to say we didn't live. Just could have lived a little more.
I feel like the first time I drank, not the first time I drank, but probably the first couple of times I drank was probably with you guys.
Oh,
What?
really? At
Yeah.
his house?
Really?
Yeah, at his house.
Nice.
Yeah.
is
and I don't
crazy,
even
like-
remember you being there. God damn. This is crazy.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't think of you of like this wild girl, but I just thought of you of like you probably would have done that already, or like
No, I was I don't know why, because my parents weren't really that strict, but I was so strict on myself
Mm.
Interesting.
growing up. Yeah.
Dang.
Dude, I was drinking about like 14. Bro.
Yeah, I was already
Nah.
drinking like freshman year.
Yeah.
I don't think till senior year yeah, is probably when I started drinking, but not get drunk. I would just like be like, I'm drinking too.
It's funny because like there was definitely a point where we were at his place every weekend
Yeah.
just drinking. So it was funny because by the time I got to college, like you could tell there's a lot of those kids who never did that, and they were just like living it up, or like not living it up, but they were being like very like immature, I guess you would say. Like they just
Yeah.
couldn't handle their shit. And I'm their same age, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, what are you, like a fucking sophomore? You know what I mean? Like,
Calm down, Timmy.
yeah. So I think that's one thing I do appreciate. I feel like you got to get it out of your system young, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt like by like beginning of sophomore year, I felt like I was behind. I was like, man, I gotta like do this, or I gotta do this, or like to catch up.
No,
and be
I
like,
knew people were doing that stuff, but I chose not to do that stuff. I don't think I started like blacking out and being hungover until I was 21.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That definitely set it off for me being 21. But like I was kind of already like getting prepared for that. But like when I hit 21, I was just like an alcoholic.
Man, when I hit 21, I felt like I was saying like goodbye to those days, you know? I was like, all right, you know, time to get my shit
Really?
together. I got to drive myself home now.
Yeah.
Not me, man. Yeah, not me.
Dude, I remember. I don't know if you know the like origin of the circle.
Yeah.
But we used to just go to my place, get in the jacuzzi, and have a circle.
Yeah.
We used to get fucked up.
I
Yeah.
feel like I was part of that to a certain extent. Like you guys weren't effed up, like, but I
Oh,
remember
okay.
sitting there with you guys, and you guys would all talk about your feelings.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
basically
it's
what it
pretty
was.
much-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But
Yeah.
I remember there was this one time I got so fucked up. I just remember we were in the jacuzzi. I threw, I hugged Mark, old Mark, at one point.
Old Mark.
I threw up, and then that's it. I don't remember a single thing.
No?
And I think we were like, what, 16 probably? 15 or 16?
I think so. My first time blacking out was at your house in your RV.
Yeah, you were fucked up
Honestly,
that night.
before I started hanging out with you guys, when I started dating Daniel, I would have never expected that from you guys.
No?
No, I never thought that that's what you guys did.
What do you think we did? Like play Dungeons and Dragons?
No, I just
Went home.
didn't know you guys drank or like, I don't know.
I think that's why, like,
I don't even know how it started.
I think it started with your uncle because he was
Yeah.
older than us. So he started like doing all that,
I think,
all the
yeah.
shenanigans. So then we were just
What was
tagging
that?
along.
I think
it was-
what was
Adventures.
You guys would take me to the sketchiest places.
What do you
What do you
mean?
mean?
I remember going with you guys this random place, middle of nowhere, to play pool.
Oh, yeah. It's not too far from here.
That's not the
Those are
randomest
fun-
place.
those
Come
are fun
on.
No,
times.
but
it was
you
just
guys
this
would-
little Korean like pool
Yeah, yeah,
hall
yeah,
where like
yeah,
there
yeah.
wasn't even really English in the
Yeah.
joint.
Playing ping pong and shit.
Yeah. And like, but it wasn't just that place. Like, I
Oh.
feel like I never played pool or been to a place like that till I was dating Daniel, and you guys would go there and he would take me there. And
Mm-hmm.
it was the most random spot, middle of nowhere, playing pool. And I was
Damn.
just like,
I missed that spot.
Come on.
sitting in the corner.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, man. That
I
was
wanna play ping
fun
pong.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't
ping
played
pong,
ping
yeah.
pong in a minute.
When I hear random, I think like in the middle of nowhere.
That
you know?
was the middle of nowhere to me. I felt like
not.
because I wasn't driving at the time and I wouldn't really leave my
Oh,
hometown.
you weren't really
You're
paying
like-
attention on the
You
drive.
want to leave the zip code?
Yeah. So when you guys would go to like where you're this city, I was like, where are we? Like,
Those
no
are-
clue.
Man, I do miss that as well. That was
miss that
fun.
place.
Yeah.
Dang, you're bringing up a lot of memories right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't believe you're around at that time.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
remember this shit.
I remember you at Philip's house, but I don't like, and I know the reason why I knew you, but I don't remember you like at these places that we used to go, like
Yeah,
Like
you
the
guys
ping
would go
pong
to
place?
random places.
drinking. Like
I don't even know who found that place.
I think it might have been James.
Yeah, that guy's a weirdo. He
I
finds
think-
the weird. He finds the weirdest places sometimes.
Dude, I missed that place, man. That was like such a big part of our lives, like
For a long
fucking
time,
ping
yeah.
pong like tournaments
Yeah.
and shit. Ah,
Wow.
Yeah.
thanks.
that's-
Like, thanks for coming on, dude. Like, I'm remembering so much shit about high school and like junior high and like shit that I forgot about. It's crazy.
It is.
It's really crazy.
Wow.
The The thing I wanted to ask you though was like when you came on or wanted to come on was kind of like where your direction went after high school. Like what did you do, or like did you go to school? Did you like think you needed to find a job?
Yeah. So my senior year of high school, I was working already. I had a job at a restaurant. So once we graduated high school, I had to go to college. So I went to the community college. In high school, I wasn't very... I didn't have the drive or the push, or I didn't have anybody in my family to like look up to like, this is what you need to do and like set the path. So I was kind of the first one in my family to like go to college. So I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I just went and I did it. And I was really into it. The first semester. I feel like because I was dating Daniel and he was super smart and he was super like putting me on that track, I guess.
Yeah.
But either way, I did want to go to school. So I went to the community college, and then I was still working at a restaurant. But my parents, we didn't grow up having a lot of money. So I kind of had to buy my own car. So got it off of Craigslist. I paid half. My dad paid half. And it was a beat up Bug. The interior was destroyed. Literally opened the door. Doors falling off.
Oh, God.
So I was working at that restaurant, and I was like, I want a freaking better car. So then I started working like 2 jobs. I was working at that restaurant, and then for a little bit I worked at like acai bowl place. Like I would work 2 jobs. I would work the restaurant, acai bowl. For a little bit I worked at In-N-Out. Hated it. I
With
worked
the
at
one on the
no,
one,
no,
oh,
I avoided working there. And then I worked like a shift at PacSun. And yeah, so I was just like going to school, working 2 jobs, trying to make more money. And then, yeah, I kind of like, I was into school at the beginning. I was like pretty good at it. I got on the dean's honor roll. Like I liked it, but
Dean's list.
Yeah, I like didn't know what I wanted to do in a career. So I was kind of like, I still cared about school, but I was also kind of like, I want money. So then I met this girl, and she got me a job at the restaurant she was working at. And that was like a legit restaurant. The one I was working at before was kind of like fast casual. But this one, like, you had hostess, server, bartenders. So she got me a job at her job as like hostessing. And then I felt like that is kind of where I changed. I feel like meeting this girl and like working at this job kind of made me grow up. And that's when I started drinking and started going out. And like a lot of the girls that worked there were like mid-20s, like 25, 26. So they would take us out. And yeah, so then I started going out a lot. And then I feel like before that, I didn't really care about like hair, makeup, clothes, going out, drinking. And then they all kind of like baptized me into that world. So then we always would go out. We'd always like get drunk. We'd always like dress up, do makeup, do hair, like go the whole mile. And so that's when like I started like caring more about different things and more like about materialistic things. Like I always had set goals for myself, but I was also kind of like, I did want to go to school, and I did want to be the first in my family to graduate, and like, but I never had that push. Like my parents never like cared about grades, or were never like, where are you at? Where are you at? I was the child that, because I have 2 older sisters ahead of me and then 2 younger sisters. So I'm like right in the middle.
Shit.
Yeah.
So they were I was the kid that was like, she knows what she's doing. We don't got to check up on her kind of thing.
Middle child.
Yeah, middle child syndrome. So yeah, and after I started working that restaurant, I kind of started getting over the whole, I wanted like a Monday through Friday job. I wanted to have weekends off. Like I wanted to be able to party. I wanted to be able to go on vacations, and I couldn't because it was like a bakery / restaurant. So I had to be there at 5, 6 a.m. every day. And I'm like, ugh, I can't go on trips because I have to work. And like, I can't do this because I have to work. So I was like, I'm over this. Like, I want a freaking 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, make more money. So my friend worked at a doctor's office. And then she's like, oh, they're hiring a medical biller. Like, do you want that job? And I was like, I mean, I didn't go to school for it. And she's like, no, you don't need to. Like, it's fine. And I was like, okay, sure. So I interviewed, got the job, hated it. Because you do need to go to school for it. And I went into it not knowing a thing. Like, I don't have a medical background. I'm not interested in any medical type stuff. So I was just like so like lost there. And the money was terrible for what I had to do. And I was like the only one there doing it. Like, I had no one to ask for help or anything. So I was just like, ugh, I hate this job. Like, yeah, you get like health coverage and all that stuff. I was like, this is not that long ago, like maybe 20, 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, 21, 22. I keep forgetting how old I am.
For sure.
Yeah, so I was working there for a while, and then I was kind of like, I need more money now. Like, this isn't cutting it. Yeah, I'm working Monday through Friday, and yeah, the hours are good, but the money's not good. So then I started going on Indeed, and like, then I found a random job. Like, I don't even remember applying for it. And that's where I'm working now, and like, the money's good. The hours are sucky because they overwork us, but I'm doing mortgage refinancing now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I don't plan on doing that for the rest of my life. Like, it's not fun. It's not like my career, but
What?
I think he was just saying hi.
yeah, I just signed up to go back to school because I was literally, that's like a failure for me because I had all my general classes done. I just needed my prereqs for my major, but I didn't know what I want to major in because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just stopped going. So now I'm like, okay, I need to go back to school. I need to like, now I'm turning 25. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? So now I have to be like pushing myself, I guess.
Was money more important to you, or was like education more important to you?
At the time, money was. But now that I'm like turning 25 and I'm at the job I'm at, I'm like, yeah, it's a good job and the money's good now, but this isn't what I want to do forever. Like, I don't want to be 50 years old working here. Like, so I have to go back to school and like focus on something I do want to do.
Was there like a general thing that you knew you wanted to do, or was you just didn't know at all?
I felt like in high school I wanted to get into advertising. But you need a marketing degree, and that's what I started going to school for, was marketing. But then you need a lot of math, and they were making me take
a lot
like
of statistics,
stats, and like all these math classes, and I was like,
probably calculus and stuff.
Yeah, I'm over it, so bye.
Advertising, huh?
Yeah.
I would not have pictured that.
Did you watch Mad Men?
No.
You
But
never
every
watched
time
Mad
I
Men?
told somebody that I wanted to do advertising, have you watched Mad Men? I'm like,
What?
no, I've never seen
Dude,
that before.
it's so good. Like, it's a show about this guy who works for a marketing agency or an advertising agency. It's really good.
Yeah, everyone told. I think I probably watched one episode and then I'm like over it. But I think I want to go
drama.
back
I could
to
see that, though.
school, like for communication or journaling or something like that.
Okay.
It's funny because a lot of people, for my job, I'm kind of like you could get into my job at the position I am. So like you start off there and then you can go up, or like if you have a college degree, you could start up a position above me, just called a sales rep. And like, I work with a lot of them, and a lot of them are like in marketing or like advertising. And I'm just like, man, is this like what you wanted to do? You know, like, did you want to sell wine or? And they're like, no, this was just like, a lot of them moved to the area like that we're in now, just because of like college recruiting and stuff. I was like, man,
You just got recruited by the company.
like I was like, our company goes to colleges and recruits. Like, this is fucking weird, right? Because like I just found this job through a friend. And now I'm working with you, like practically doing the same thing but for less, obviously. But it's just like, yeah, like one of the girls I was working with was like, she went to school for advertising, and she was asking me what I wanted to do. I was like, not this forever, you know, like this pays the bills. Like, obviously I make a decent amount of money here and I can live on my own. I was like, but I don't know if I want to be in like the wine business forever. 'Cause I don't know if I really care about it that much.
What if you become a sommelier?
What's that?
What the
Yeah,
fuck
what
is
is
that?
that?
I
What's a
think I
sommelier?
pronounced that right. A sommelier, like a wine expert.
Oh.
Oh, like a wine like taster. Like, are you talking about that? Or?
I thought that was
Or you like
something-
review wine or something?
I guess so.
Categorize
Yeah,
wine?
they're just wine experts.
Mm.
I don't even enjoy wine enough to do that.
Oh, true.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. That sounds like something sexual in like some Middle
Somalia.
Eastern country. You know what I mean?
Sound like a country to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
that too. That
I
too.
hope I pronounced that right, or else I'm gonna sound so stupid. But I'm pretty sure it's called a
Don't
sommelier.
worry, we
How many
ain't,
times
we
we've-
ain't that big yet.
Yeah.
The internet ain't gonna
We've
roast you yet.
we've
the people
said
in
dumber
India
things.
are gonna be like,
Sommelier.
what?
Sommelier.
Sommelier? We've definitely
like-
said dumber things here.
Nah, yeah, like I just, yeah, I don't care enough about wine. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and like the fact that I feel like that's kind of like that's kind of like a college student. Like they don't know whether at the end of their degree they're going to be able to find a job, right? So like they'll take whatever that is given to them, and I feel like they could wave in front of their face, well, like, oh, you could move to, you know, this part of California, or you could move to like the East Coast, like this part of New York, and they'll take it and they'll get there, and then they're like, well, what the fuck, like.
I'm still in California.
like well, I'm worked to the bone. Like I moved, you know, however many miles to do this.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's what's always been kind of interesting, I guess I would say, for like degrees like that, like business or like marketing, because it's so open-ended. Like, I don't know. To me, because you could, like, how are you passionate for business? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just too broad.
Unless it's your own business that you're trying to like work from the bottom up. But
Right,
then
like
when it's somebody else's,
entrepreneurship.
it's like,
Yeah.
meh.
To get like a business degree or like accounting, like how many people are passionate about accounting,
Man,
you know?
they ain't passionate about that shit. I don't care what anyone says. Can I have one of
Yeah.
those?
May I
feel
have
like-
one of those?
Yes.
I just feel like as a kid, you're just like,
Wait, did you really want one?
Yeah.
as a kid, you're not like, man, I want to grow up to be an accountant. Like
Yeah.
any kid ever.
Probably
It-
never
it's-
didn't say that.
It's just people are content with what they find.
Yeah.
They just grow into habits that they just can't break.
That's how I felt like at my restaurant job. I felt I was hostessing there, but then towards the end, I started serving, and a lot of the
Do you need help?
yeah,
She's over here
I want
like,
to break a nail, dude.
where's the bottle opener?
a lot of the there was a lot of older ladies working there as servers, like grandma age.
And it's
And-
kind of scary,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, and they would always like pressure me like to move my way up to becoming a server, and I'm like, yeah, that's like what I want to do here. And then you start serving, and then you start taking cash home with you every day.
Mhm.
And then you're kind of like, well, I don't want to leave. Like, now I'm making all this money every single day walking out with cash. And that's where I kind of had to like snap myself out of it and be like, I can't do this and end up being 50 years old working here. Like, yeah, the money's good, but it's not going to be good forever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be here forever. I don't want to be like these ladies miserable complaining.
That's why I didn't understand too, because my first job, I was working at Jack in the Box. Damn, my voice cracked.
Trust me, I heard.
I didn't hear. Oh, 'cause you have the
Yeah.
headphones.
But I think it was junior or senior year of high school. I had a job at Jack in the Box, and I was like seeing like these older ladies there, and I was like, man, like,
That have been at that one location
Yeah,
for like
but
20
like-
some years.
yeah. But seeing them there, I was like, okay, they might not be here forever, whatever. And then fast forwarding to now, like my age right now,
They're still there.
they're still there.
No way.
And I'm just like, man, like, I stumbled across the job that I have now. It was like I wasn't even searching for that, right? But it's still a better job than what you have, and what I was like starting out as,
Yeah.
right? I was like, how are you? And like, I understand circumstances. Excuse me. And I understand like maybe you were there for a reason. But it's just like, man, there's better things out there. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
even if I stumble across something, like,
I think it's just everybody has like a bar. You know, everyone
Yeah.
has what they're willing to take, and some people are okay with that. You know, some
Yeah.
people
Mhm.
like they obviously like they're willing to work to live.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, if you're happy at Jack in the Box, by all means, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
right. You can fucking be there for however long. You don't need to make you don't need to make a certain amount of money to be happy, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, especially here in this state, it's like, man, I don't know. You need to make a
Yeah.
certain amount of money to be
Yeah.
happy.
There was a kid, English senior year. I forgot his fucking name, but he was a white kid, blonde. He was kind of one of those weird types. I think he was a skater. But you know how we had to do the job shadowing, Andy?
Yeah.
I don't know who he job shadowed, but I just remember that when he went up there to talk about his project, at the end of it, he said, like, what I learned is that I don't need, like, some big career. I'm fine with getting, like, a minimum wage job where I can just get by paying rent and food, and that's fine. And I just remember, I remember that because she's like, dude, this kid was probably so far ahead of, like, his mental capacity, his just his awareness at that time, you know? Because anyone that's content with minimum wage jobs and just having a roof over their head or and food, I mean, that's way more than where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a career,
Yeah.
you know? And it's just like, damn, I can't believe he realized that so early. That's what he's fine with.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of people. I remember when I was working at the restaurant and then I was leaving, all of the young people were excited for me. But I remember my manager, she was also managing and serving, and she was old. And she was not happy about me leaving. And she was like, oh, you're going to make so much money here. This job is like good. Like you
the
have
best thing you'll ever find.
Yeah. And I was just like, me and my friend, the one that got me the job there, I'm like, can you believe she's saying this stuff? And then I still go back, like, because the food's bomb, so I'm going to go back. And there, before COVID happened, she had asked me, like, well, where are you working now? Like, I heard you left the doctor's office. I was like, I'm doing a mortgage refinancing. And she was never happy for me. She's like, oh, well, you never know how the market is. Like, the market could crash one day and you won't have a job. And, you're going to have to come back here. And I'm like, why are you wishing those bad things upon me? And now, like, COVID happens and I go, well, where are you working now? Because I know restaurants are closed and you're over here bad-mouthing me that the market's going to crash and I'm not going to have a job.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I think that's a funny thing. I feel like in our generation especially, you're always told, like, do what you want to do, follow your passion. But I feel like it's kind of hard to, like, really comprehend that, you know?
Yeah.
And some people get so lost in thinking of, like, what's the easiest and quickest way to make the most amount of money, right?
Yeah.
But even then, those mindsets, like, they never get them where they could be making as much money as if you did something that you care about, you know? Like, what's the point of shaming someone, I don't know, for realizing they don't want to do what you want to do?
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why I went on this tangent, but
I realize that all the time because construction's not for everybody. And you can, if you're someone that knows that you're probably going to be there for the next 25, 30 years, like myself, I look at that, I'm like, I can weed it out, you know? Like, there's some people that you're doing this now, but you ain't going to be here in 2 or 3 years.
yeah.
Like, this is a good stepping stone for you because you're going to realize, like, physical labor isn't for me. You know, like, building shit isn't for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I feel like a lot of people, though, they end up going through that realization, right? Of, is this what I want to do the rest of my life? Like, am I okay with this? And it almost seems like luck as to, like, where that bar is of, like, because, like, what determines that? You know what I mean? Like, I always knew that I didn't want to have, or when I was younger, I always felt like I didn't want to have, like, a normal, like, office job. You know what I mean? But that's exactly what my parents had, and that's exactly what everybody else around me had. So I don't know what it is that, for some people, that bar is, as long as I pay the bills and I'm able to, like, do what I want to do on the weekends, that's fine. And then you have other people that are like, no, they don't want that. They want to make their own business and they want to be the one in charge or whatever. It almost seems random as to what person you're going to be that has that.
I feel like it's more, I don't know, maybe if it's because just my mentality, but I feel like it's a lot of people, our generation, like not
don't
putting
want
their
that.
foot down. They don't want like 9 to 5. They don't want to be like miserable at their job when our parents had to be miserable at their job because that's what they needed to do to pay the bills. And now I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people, our generation, are starting getting married later, having kids later, like,
Yeah.
and we're just like not putting up with it. Like I saw a tweet the other day that said, "Man, our generation really is fuck this job."
Yeah.
They're like not putting up with it. Like I'm leaving. Like I don't need to be here.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
was
you
working
do
at
see that.
when I was working at Yamaha, I just walked in at break time and just said I quit and just fucking walked out.
Fuck this place.
Yeah.
I remember my job when I started working there, they were hiring a lot of people, and I remember hearing one of the managers saying like, "Man, this generation, like they just won't show up. If they don't want to work here, they're just not going to show up. They don't give their 2-week notice. They don't do anything. They just don't come to work."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Geez."
I think
I feel like that's a good thing, but that's
Yeah.
also a bad thing in a way. It just, I don't know.
I think if it's something that you care about, you need to show like discipline
Yeah.
and like passion,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, like those companies don't fucking care.
No.
You know, they'll fire you
Yeah.
the day of. They're not going to give you a 2-week notice all the time.
It's
Yeah.
also a bad thing though, because in reality, you can't just have a track record of just not showing up
That too.
and just not getting fired from jobs for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, I feel like I understand what you mean of getting into that routine of like just looking for the next thing that's going to pay more money, right? Instead of going with the whole of like, okay, what am I passionate about? And I feel like a lot of people do get stuck on that though. And I know how that feels, right? Like you're just looking for the next thing that is going to work for you and pay you more. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is.
yeah.
Right?
Then more likely you're gonna end up spending more than your medium, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're fucked. And then you look for the next highest paying job.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think what a lot of people miss about this whole like follow your passion thing is it's always about like what are you passionate about that you can make the most money in, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that. I feel like it still goes back to how much money you're getting paid. And I think the realization that I made was that if it's something I don't like, there'll never be enough money. You know what I mean? It'll always feel that way of like, oh, well, what can I do that'll pay even more? What can I do that'll pay even more? And I feel like I reached this point where I realized it's not about like the passion that makes you money. It's about the passion that you will do day in and day out, and you don't want to fucking like blow your brains out in the morning.
Yeah.
And that is what
you don't-
you
you
can
don't
live off that.
You don't
Yeah.
dread waking up
Yes.
and going to work every day.
Yeah.
That's how I.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
That's how I feel like my quarter life crisis is coming to that.
Mhm.
And that's what I tell my boyfriend all the time and my friends. I'm like, I don't hate my job. Like, I feel like it pays the bills, but I don't wake up every day hoping I get hit by a truck so I don't have to go to work. Like, I've been there over a year and I'm still like okay with like, it's easier now that I'm working from home that I'm like literally roll out of bed and like turn the computer on. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't hate my job yet, but I know that this isn't my forever, and I know that I don't want to make a career out of this, and I don't want to be here 10 plus years like all these other people. Like, yeah, the money's good, but nah.
You want to
Yeah.
feel excited, right? Like,
Yeah.
you want to like have a job that you look forward to going to.
But it's weird because you say that like, oh, I want to move up in the company and blah blah blah, but I'm like the opposite of that. Like, not that I don't want to like work hard. I do if it's something that I like to do. But like my job, when I interviewed, I was interviewing for administration there, like fill the coffee and like run some errands, and then they interviewed me for that, and then at the end of the interview they're like, yeah, well, we already filled that position, but are you interested in this other position? And I'm like, well, what the heck do you have to do? Like, I know nothing about mortgage. Like, I don't even know what the heck. I don't even remember signing up for this job, to be honest. And they were like, well, you just pretty much do this and that. Like, made it super basic. I'm like, ah, that sounds cool. And at the beginning, it was cool. Like, literally, you do the same thing every day. You get your files, you work your files, and you go home. But then my manager had, like, a backup manager, but they moved up. So now she doesn't have a backup manager. So then she asked me, and I was like, kind of like, I'm cool, like, doing my own job and leaving. Like, I don't want to be responsible for anybody else's work. I don't want to be the manager of anybody. But then I felt kind of like I need to do it for job security because, like you said, they don't care about you. You're replaceable.
Yeah.
They'll one day, bye. So I'm like, I need to have job security. And if I know more than the rest of my department knows, then I'm going to be here longer than they are. So I'm going to learn. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. But now that I'm like, every time I'm just praying she never goes on vacation. And like, once my manager has to leave for vacation and I have to take over, it's like literally the worst. I feel like I'm working for my money, where when I'm just like a worker, that I'm like slacking off, don't care, mind my own business, do my own job, and like the money's worth it. But when you actually have to manage and be on top of everybody and be sending out emails and like being everybody's like fix it person, then I'm like, that's where I draw the line. This is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's hard. You don't know.
I don't want to be a boss either.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of getting turned off to it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to be a boss in someone else's company.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
If it's mine, then it's okay.
Yeah. I think it just depends.
James, what are you doing? Or what have you done?
So I'm still in school right now.
Okay.
I had a year left to finish my music composition degree because I thought I wanted to be a composer. And then I just like literally summer came and I'm like, okay, I need to, like, I'm fucking burnt out. I need a break from writing. And that break just never ended.
This dude had the hardest quarter life crisis ever.
Yeah, at 21.
This dude was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. So like literally, so then I started getting into like tech stuff, into coding pretty much. And I honestly like it. So I have a year left and I'll have my bachelor's in that. But I've interned for like companies doing programming. And I think that's the thing that the realization I had was like, dude, I enjoy writing music, but having to do it on a schedule, I fucking hated it. I didn't like it. Like, it was stressful. I didn't like having to meet a deadline. It just took all the fun out of it. But the cool thing, and I definitely got an affirmation this last summer because I did like a full-time internship. And I worked probably more than I've ever worked in my life. Like, I was doing 10-hour days every day, like even on the weekend. But the difference was, it was because I wanted to, you know. It wasn't that like, oh, they're making me do this, or like, oh, I need to do this, like, to like show my worth or something. Like, I just generally enjoy building shit like that. Like, it's just fun. And I think that's the key, you know. And whatever it is, that's where it kind of makes sense, like following your passion. Because if you genuinely enjoy it, then fuck yeah, you're gonna get, the money will follow. You know, it's gonna come, and all your time that you spend on it is gonna show.
But that's what I don't understand when people say like, oh, if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I don't get that, because when you have a hobby and it's something you like to do, and then you turn it into a job, then I feel like I like to paint, but I wouldn't like to do that for a job, because then it gets rules. Then you're like trying to meet deadlines and trying to like put out the work, and like you have to now because you need money for it.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't become fun.
I think that's where it gets kind of tricky, because it's not as simple as just liking what you do. I feel like it has to be something that you're obsessive about, like something that you don't mind doing the majority of your time doing, you know? And I think that's what I realized with music, is like, I like music, but I don't like music so much that that's what I'm going to do like constantly. And I'm going to like say no to my friends going out because I'd rather just like work on music. I was never that guy, you know? If y'all hit me up, said, hey, we're going out to the bar tonight, and I had something due tomorrow, I'd be like, fuck that assignment. Like, I'm going to go out, you know?
Yeah.
But I definitely see what you mean. Like, it's not always that easy. And I think what's tough too is like not everybody will find something like that.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's like a hard thing to like be proud of in our generation, because everyone's so stuck on like entrepreneurship, and like you have these guys like Gary Vee or
Yeah.
you know, whoever the fucking top dude from Wall Street Bets is, who's like the whole thing is about like money.
Yeah.
You know,
Roaring kitty?
and having and discipline and like loving something so much that's what you do day in and day out.
But I think there's a crazy statistic that says like entrepreneurship right now, they're making less than 6 figures.
Mm.
You know, and
Oh, really?
yeah, me as an employee, I make 6 figures. You know, so it's like, what benefit is coming from that? You know,
And I think that's why the stress shouldn't be on the money aspect. It should be on what do you enjoy to do.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you're doing something that you can't stand, the money will never be enough.
Yeah, but to an extent, it's like you also have to factor in reality, which is the state. You can't live on some things that just don't pay as well as other things, right?
Yeah. I think that's what's tough. Like, because let's say your passion is, I don't know. Here's like a really stupid example. No, I'm not gonna even say that out loud.
I felt like you were gonna say something about OnlyFans.
It was similar. It was in the same realm.
Hey,
It was in the same realm.
I heard a lot of those chicks were getting hit hard by Uncle Sam. Come
Oh,
tax
with
season.
taxes?
Oh,
Yeah, they
really?
probably
yeah,
didn't.
they were getting hit hard.
What
they
I just
probably didn't
learned not that long ago, my friend told me, you know, there's this girl that makes videos acting like she's a dog, and she gets paid so much money.
I
I was like, what?
there's a streamer like that. She acts like a deer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
I've heard
can't
of her.
believe those kinds of things. Like, yeah, I know, feet pics, blah, blah, whatever. But acting like you're a dog and getting paid.
This is the thing, though. Like, I feel like there's no way that they would do it day in and day out unless they actually liked it, right? Imagine, like, your job, someone was like, you have to be a dog 8 hours a day, every single day. I would be like, fuck you. I don't care how much you're paying for me. I'm not going to act like a dog 8 hours
Yeah.
a day. Like, I'm going to drive myself fucking crazy.
Yeah, people are weird. When she told me that, I was like literally taken back. I'm like, what?
Damn, was she charging like $35 a month too?
I don't
For
know.
her OnlyFans?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what it was, but
It's $34 too much.
Man, that's that's a whole other thing. The whole OnlyFans thing.
Hola.
Hey, when are you
Yeah.
gonna be on the show, huh? This guy won't even say
This
nah.
fucking guy.
What, this dude's 60?
That's a whole other thing. That blows my mind. The whole OnlyFans thing. Like,
Hey, I'm glad they got hit hard with taxes, because remember how all those men were complaining, like, man, like, this ain't equality. I can't do that shit, you know?
Do you feel like you have that option? And the only reason I ask is because there's so many times where I think, like, if I was an attractive female, like, dude, I would whore myself out.
of taking foot pics or having an OnlyFans.
Whatever pays the most.
I feel like I am way too awkward.
Like, my question
Do
isn't
any of
if
that.
you would do it. My question is, like, is there a part of your mind where it's like, you know what?
Wait,
If shit gets bad enough, at least I could do this.
how awkward can you be doing foot pics?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, no, I meant like sexual photos.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
I'm too awkward for that. No, I've never thought like.
That's an out. Like, that's
yeah,
an out.
I've
Okay.
never. I don't even want to download TikTok. But I've never thought about like if I lose my job and worst comes to worst and it's the only opportunity. Yeah, I would do it, but
Okay.
I don't think I'd have the guts.
Okay.
Like, I don't even like wearing lingerie in front of my boyfriend. I had to like literally talk to my friends about it. Like, oh, like, and not even this year, the year before.
Like, is this too much type of thing? Or
No,
what?
the year before,
Oh.
I was telling my friends, I was like, oh, like, I want to wear lingerie, but I'm too nervous. And they're like, my friend, who's the most innocent person ever, she's like, what? how? Like, I was like, I just like look at the photos of the lingerie and then like imagine myself in it, and I'm like, what do you even do? Like, are you supposed to make an entrance like when you're wearing it? And
Like a
then,
Victoria's
hit a
Secret
pose.
walk.
Like,
yeah,
just hit a pose, like-
I'm like, are you supposed to like open the door and like,
Call
be
out a
like,
crowd?
I'm here, like, look at me. And they're like, no,
That's a good-
my-
you
dude,
can-
that's a good point.
I'm starting to realize, Cindy, you're just as weird as Daniel.
Oh
Oh, my
my
god.
Oh my God.
This is some overthinking that Daniel would do. Holy shit.
You know, I gotta say though, I've never thought about that. Like,
yeah, and then they were like hyping me into doing it because I was too nervous to do it. And they're like, no, just put it on under your clothes. And then when you guys start making out and then taking your clothes off.
like a
and-
surprise.
I was like,
It's like a
even
gift.
then, I'm like, literal, like, shell in the corner. Like, how do I even pose? Like, awkward starfish on the bed. Like, I don't even know how to be.
Oh my god.
my body is ready.
Oh my
I
god.
think I think what you're overthinking is how hard it is to make a man horny.
Yeah.
All you have to do is like take a sock off, probably, and you should be like, "Bro, what the fuck? What's different
Yo,
here?"
yo, quit playing. About to make me act up.
So, like, first of all, like, you don't need to do much, right? All you-
yeah.
Yeah,
You just-
no. I don't know. I'm just so awkward for all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, I'm too awkward.
I can't.
Man, Daniel. Never mind.
What? Daniel,
no,
what?
no, no. Nothing. What were you gonna say?
I
This fucking
can't
guy.
imagine though, like having to think about making an entrance. Like I feel like I'm definitely grateful that my job in that scenario is just to lay there and like,
Take it.
yeah, like you just admire, you know. I don't have to
Yeah.
think about like, all right, how am I gonna like, fucking.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah,
like,
'cause,
so
like-
what do? You have to put the sexy music on
Listen.
and like crawl to them.
Like,
This
yeah,
this
these-
this
these
ain't
are
the same. This ain't the same. But like when my chick gives me a compliment, like the other day she was like, "Oh, your shoulders look big." I was just like, "Ooh, do they?" You know, like
Really?
yeah, I've been trying to work out more on my shoulders.
My
you know?
go-to is always
I don't
like,
know.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why, man.
I don't
But
think that's
when I heard
sexy.
that, I'm like, growing up, I did not get compliments. I don't know about you guys, but I
Yeah,
didn't-
I'm not
I-
receptive
Nah,
towards compliments
nah.
at all. I don't
Yeah.
even say thank you. I'm just like, don't say that.
And listen,
Stop.
listen,
yeah,
I-
literally, I'm stopped.
I
Don't say
know
that.
I have a little butt, right? But my chick checks out my butt and she tells me she does, and like I don't know why. I just feel happy about it, you know? I don't get compliments, but when she gives me them, I'm like, man, I kind of want to like, work out a little, get
Get
thick
these a
like
little
James.
more often.
Yeah. I want to be thick like James.
It's let me say
It's
this:
genetics, baby. You can't get that.
the grass is always the grass is always greener on the other side, all right?
Mm.
Sometimes I just don't want my butt touched.
Mm.
You know,
Ungrateful,
I-
dude.
Not me, man.
Ungrateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us little butt guys, man, the only one touching our ass is us.
Man. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm too awkward for compliments. I'm too awkward for anything. My friends know not to hug me, not to get too close, not to say they love me.
My
Oh,
I
wow.
get so weird
My
if somebody
buddy-
says, like, my friend will text me, "How are you?" I'm like, "What's wrong?"
Back the fuck up. my buddy, his wife doesn't like hugs. Doesn't like
Oh,
hugs. I've
really?
never hugged her. I've always give her fist bumps. Like
Mm.
she's a bro, you know what I mean? But she doesn't like hugs.
I feel like the closer you are to me, the weirder I am. Like, yeah, I'll hug. I hugged all of you when I came.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
But
fucking
my
weird to
friends
me.
know not to hug me. They don't hug me
That's weird.
goodbye. And my
That's
boyfriend
weird.
says, "Oh, you look pretty today." I'm like, "What?" Like, I'll try to fight you. Like, why are you
What
saying
the
that?
fuck?
I really don't mean to offend you with this question. Do you feel like you didn't get do you feel like you got the least amount of love in your family?
No,
No.
no.
Were you saying you're in the top half of like oh yeah, my
Or
parents,
are
like,
you
I'm
in the middle?
favorite.
Yeah.
No. I know I'm not the favorite, but I know I wasn't the hated. But like my
Okay,
family
okay.
isn't like that either. The other day, now that I don't
Mm.
live with my parents, when I go
Mm.
visit them, the other day I hugged my mom and she's like, "Why are you hugging me?" And I was like,
Okay.
"I don't know. I just missed you and I want to hug you." Jeez. But we're not huggy. We're not lovey. Like my boyfriend's sister, she tries to hug me and like I have to be nice to her because she's my boyfriend's sister and I love her too. Like we're friends. We're cool. Like we're around the same age. But when we barely started to get to know each other and she like hugged me and so I'm like, oh, like forcing myself to hug her back. And then she'll say she loves me and I'm like, have to say I love her back. And I'm like, that was very hard for me. Just to let you know, I don't even tell my friends I love them. I don't even want to tell my boyfriend I love him.
Andy, have you ever hugged your brothers?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever hugged my brothers ever since I was like a child.
It was weird for me at first, but I think like ever since I've kind of been like that dude who doesn't want to be the guy who doesn't show emotion. That was a very hard sentence.
Wait. You don't want to be the dude that's the guy.
I don't want to be the guy that doesn't show emotion
Okay.
now, and I've been that guy.
Oh.
I feel like it's still a little weird sometimes, but it's not because I don't love my brothers. It's just like affection hasn't really been like too prevalent with us.
It's not a macho thing.
Yeah.
I
And
think
that's why I
what it
bring
is.
it up is because like my family was not affectionate. So like
This guy was damaged goods in the beginning.
on like I could probably count on one hand how many times I've hugged like my parents, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my little
We were not
sister
touchy.
always throws it in my face. She's only a couple years younger than me, but she'll be like, we've never hugged. And I'm like, so? And then she'll try to hug me. Like, it'll be her birthday. Can you hug me today? I'm like, oh,
Dude,
no.
That would make me sad if my little brother told me that. We've never hugged. Like, damn, dude.
It's different because we're all girls in my family, so we're all bitchy and we all fight.
Yeah, but
And we're
still,
not
that's your-
affectionate. I feel like
But
now that we're older, my two older sisters and then my younger sister, they all like have a little relationship going on. I'm the only outsider in my sisters. They all like hang out. They all go to eat together. They all text each other. And then like if one of them tries to like side text me apart from the group chat, I'm like, what? Like,
oh, okay. You're just an oddball then, because like if I heard that my little brother like said, we've never hugged before, like that would hurt me because it's like
Really?
my little brother's going through some like mental shit right now where he remembers that I have shown him no affection in my life.
I would
Dude,
laugh
not
in their
my family.
face.
Not in my family. I hugged my grandfather once, and that's when he got diagnosed with lung cancer. That was the only time I fucking hugged my grandfather. We do not touch in my family.
Yeah.
I definitely have like uncles I've only touched their hand. You know what I mean? Just to shake their hand like, ¿Cómo estás? You know what I mean?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
dad didn't tell me he was proud of me until probably like, I don't know, probably when I graduated.
I still haven't heard that. I've heard it from my mom. My mom's very sweet though. That's the only thing.
Your mom.
Like everyone else in my family, so like there's a wall. But my mom is so sweet. I love her.
I remember the day that I moved out. I'm the first of my sisters to move out. Me and my younger sister were the first to move out. And my two older sisters are still living at home.
Oh wow.
And me and my younger sister moved out on the same day. So my dad helped me move out first because I was further away and I had a lot more stuff to take.
So you were like an hour ahead?
Yeah. So he helped me move out, and I thought when he left it was gonna be a like sentimental thing, like when he was gonna leave my apartment, we were gonna hug, and he was gonna whisper something in my ear, and I was ready to accept it. But when he leaves, yeah, my boy.
I was about to say that. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I was
That
like,
was.
Dad.
I didn't even see my mom the day I moved out.
Me neither. Yeah.
My dad helped
Dude.
me, and all he said was like, "Man, you could have like put shit away better," and then just walked off. I'm
She was
"Ah."
like, damn, this fool's gone. All your shit's missing.
Dude, I'll say, man, I never really even had that moment. You know what I mean? Because I don't. Well, Emily's my girlfriend, so
Yeah.
we live together. There was never like a, oh, do you want to move in? You know, it just kind of fucking happened.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it just like gradually went to, hey, are you gonna come pick up some clothes this weekend? So I never had that like bye until we moved in here. That's when it was like, all right.
What do you
see
mean?
ya.
Are you gonna pick up some clothes for? Who said that?
That was what my parents were telling me.
Huh? I'm confused.
Like,
Like-
damn, this dude hasn't changed clothes in a
well,
fucking
Like
month.
I just slowly stopped coming home. You know what I
Once
mean?
you were already moved in here,
No, before this. This is before
you would
this.
like spend the night at your girlfriend's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this dude
Okay.
was lost in
'Cause
the
she
sauce.
lived- She lived somewhere else, but he still lived at home.
Okay.
So like,
But then I pretty much ended up moving in with her.
Yeah. What I thought was weird about my parents, since I was the first one to leave, me and my boyfriend, we were both living at our parents' house. And also, it wasn't like a big deal. Like, it wasn't something we like talked about. Like, is it time to move in? Like, it wasn't a thing. We were kind of just, he's older than me. And, like, we love each other. And, like, we know we're the ones we want to be with, whatever.
Why are you saying it's so cheesy?
I was gonna say I could
we
hear
love each
I
other.
could hear
Be
how I
cheesy.
could hear the struggle in your voice to
Yeah,
say
you're
that.
just like, I understand why you don't want to be hugged now. Like, you're just like, okay.
Well, I'm just
well.
saying, like, the common ground here.
It just makes sense, right? Like, she just want to be hugged. We love each
Yeah.
other.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
You
I just-
definitely are a middle
I
child.
don't
Because
wanna
my
get
middle
married.
brother, oh man, that kid, oh, it took a long time for that kid to show affection.
Yeah.
I still have it in my family.
Why though? Like, what's wrong? Like,
Yeah,
What-
what
what's
happened?
Okay, wait.
What
Let
happened?
me finish this
Okay, go
story
ahead.
first. Yeah, so it wasn't really like a thing, like, we're moving in now. It was kind of like, we both knew, like, hey, you're old, I'm getting there. What are we going to do now? And then we were kind of just like,
want to move in?
no, my family, it's always been buy a house. My parents don't
Oh.
believe in renting an apartment. So that was my goal, to buy a house. And then I told him, and he's like, yeah, we should try and do that. Let's save money to do that. So we started putting money aside each month to try to save up for a down payment. And then he came to me and he was like, you know what? Like, this is going to take years. Like, a down payment is a lot of money. And he's like, and besides that, like, we've never lived away from home. We've never lived with a significant other. We've never had to pay rent. We don't know what it is. And we're just going to jump into a 30-year mortgage. Like, are you sure this is what we should do? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, let's get an apartment first and let's see how it is. Let's see if we even like living with each other.
Yeah.
Like, what if we jump into a 30-year mortgage and we hate living with each other? Like, that's not cool. I was like, okay, let's get an apartment. So then I just told my parents, like, so me and Zach are thinking about moving in. And they were kind of like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, kind of thing.
You? No.
So I was just like, okay. So then we started looking. It took a while, but once we decided we were moving out, it had to be quick. Like, we need to move out this weekend. So and I
Damn.
told my parents, I'm like, I'm moving out on Saturday. And then my dad started getting all weird, like, don't you think you should get married first?
Oh my
And
God.
my family's not religious.
No.
And for him to say that, I was just so thrown off. I was like, my two older sisters are living here with you and they have kids. And you're telling me to
Damn.
get married? I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, you think it looks good that you're living with your boyfriend and you guys aren't even married? And I was like, Dad, nobody gets married anymore.
That's
Just
such
stop.
old school shit
Yeah.
right there.
That's old school. Like,
He's like,
Mexican,
oh, I don't
like-
think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think that looks good. That you're just gonna be living with him and you guys aren't even married. I'm like, Dad, just stop. Like, I cannot even have this conversation. Like, you have two daughters with kids living with you. Do
I was about
not
to
point
say
the
that, like,
finger at me that I'm messing up
This
in life.
is the thing about like
That's the most adult shit I've heard.
this is the thing about like, because I understand that. I understand like just that old school like Mexican thinking. I was like, yeah, no. Well, should you be married before you live out? Well, like I was like, why can't I just move out?
Yeah, he
Like,
started making it a big old thing. He's like, why did I buy this house then?
It's like,
I was like, you expect me to live here
fucking-
with you forever? With like, bring my
Is this your
boyfriend here,
dad?
bring my kids? Yeah. And I'm
Did you
like,
buy this house?
no.
like, first of all, Dad, I'm sure you didn't think about this house because of all of us. Just 'cause,
Yeah.
like eventually you could pay this off, sell it, have all this money, right? It's just like, man, like even my dad does.
What
that
are we
shit.
talking about?
I was telling him that me and my boyfriend decided to move out, and when
Yeah.
I told my dad, he was like,
You're freaking out.
well, aren't you getting married first?
I feel like that's like just typical
Mexican vibe.
I
Mhm.
said that shit. I said the same shit.
Yeah, no, like even my girlfriend's parents, they were like tripping when we were 'cause
Really?
we were already living together. But then when we were moving here, it was like, oh, they're really like moving in. She was like, you better not get pregnant. Don't you care about your like opportunities and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and now that I live with him, they're like, so when are you having kids? I was like, we live in an
Right?
apartment. What do you mean? When are we having
That's
kids?
the fucking shit. Like, they don't want you to grow up, but at the same time, in the back of their mind, they're like,
Where's our grandkids?
I want grandkids.
Yeah.
But even worse for me, my younger sister had a kid before me. So it's like, yeah, if your
Oh.
older sisters have kids, whatever. I'm the younger one. But my younger sister had a kid. So now they're like, and it was recent. She just had my niece not that long ago. So now when I go over, she brings my niece over and I'm holding, like literally last Sunday I went to visit my parents and my mom and me were like alone at the dinner table and she's like, can I ask you something? I'm like, what? Do you plan on having kids? They think it's so weird that I'm 25 with no kids. And I'm like,
That's Hispanic shit,
The
right?
issue.
there.
but I
That's the
do think
issue.
about those things. As a woman, you have to because you have a timeline. You have when you can't have kids anymore. And I do have those days where I'm like, oh, I tell my boyfriend, we need to have kids now. Like, let's just do it. But then I get like so hyper into the conversation. And he's like, babe. He's like, literally every time I say his voice in my head, it's just so chill because I feel like his voice is so chill all the time. He's like, babe.
Pump the
No.
brakes.
Yeah. He's very
Calm the fuck
every time I think
down.
about his voice in my head, it's always slow mo. But he's always like, babe, do you really want that right now? We've talked about this. Like, we need to travel. We still have a lot of stuff we want to do. And I'm like, okay,
Hey.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
but I
thank
don't
you.
want to tell him he's right because I'm like,
It's okay for him to be right, okay?
I know, but I was telling my friend this, and she's like, no, I was the same way. I was pressuring my boyfriend to have kids, but all we want to know is that you want that too. And now her boyfriend wants that, and she's like, no, I don't really want that. I just wanted to know that you wanted that too.
This is this is the thing. Why do you have to go about it that way, right? Like, babe, I want kids right now. He's like, oh, well, do you like really want that? Well, I just want to know if you want to have kids. Why can't you just say, do you want to have kids in the future? He's like, yeah, sure. Okay, that's it.
No,
Like,
you have to pressure
There's no
them.
fucking passion behind that, Andy. I want to know, man.
Yeah.
I need some fucking emotion, all right?
Like it's not manipulation. It's like they're
It's bait.
it's
Yeah,
fucking
no,
bait.
me and my boyfriend have had fights like that all the time because I'm like, I always make fun of his age. He always makes fun of mine. I'm like, you're 30, you're old. Like, get it together. Like, we need to start having kids. We need to get engaged. We need to do it already.
And the man's
He's
not
like,
even in his prime yet.
Babe, just stop with that. Just stop. And I'm like, no, like, you don't understand.
Dude, we need to have like
I
a
don't wanna
follow-up
be-
episode with both of you.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
real, dude.
You need to bring this guy on. If he
Yeah.
really talks like that,
No, he doesn't. It's just in my head.
Chill.
It's just in my head that he speaks that way. But
You're rushing the dude. He's only 30, okay?
I don't want kids till like 33 at the youngest.
Yeah.
Really? I was thinking 35.
I don't want to be an old mom. That's
like,
why.
why?
Fuck all that.
Why?
Fuck
Yeah.
all
Why?
that.
That is a good question. Why?
Why?
I feel like that stems from insecurity right there. Just
Really?
saying.
What is
Yeah.
the
I don't think
insecurity?
it stems from insecurity.
That you're gonna be old. That you're not gonna look as like I don't know. Look as young.
I
you
want to
look
go to
as
the
fit.
PTA meetings looking snatched. Like,
Is that why?
Exactly. That's insecurity. What the fuck are we asking why for? The
Damn,
man was right on the first fucking guess.
You got so much wisdom.
Man,
I'm
I
just
wanna,
saying,
listen, I want to be an
want-
old dad just to have like.
Listen,
just
it's
to give
'cause-
my kid wisdom. Like, hey, don't do this, bro.
I want my kids to grow up in a house, not a fucking apartment.
Exactly.
That's why I want to be an old dad. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I want them to have
Gives
a
them the best life.
backyard
Yeah,
and
dude,
like
no, yeah, I go into the conversation super hyper, like, let's do it now. But then he's like,
Get on the bed.
he just brings,
Take those fucking pants off.
he brings all
Only
the
take one
chill
sock off.
vibes.
Yeah.
one sock only.
He'll bring all the chill vibes and be
the
like,
reasoning. He'll bring in
we've
the
talked
reasoning.
about this. Like,
Babe,
stop.
Chill.
We need to travel. We need to do this. We need to do that. I'm like, oh, fine.
Dude, he's got the. He's.
I
Listen
feel
to him.
that. I
Listen
feel
to him,
that.
Okay. Listen to him.
I definitely want to see more of this world before I have
You
kids.
want to live your best life? You listen to your boyfriend.
No,
right?
I know. At the end of the day, I'm
It's
gonna
a
bite
phase
my
that
tongue. It's a
passes.
phase. It's because I go visit my mom, and she's like questioning me, and I even have to tell my mom, "No, mom, I'm not thinking about having kids. No, mom, I'm not thinking about having married or getting married." Because if I say, "Yeah, I am," yeah, and she's gonna be like, "Keep
Do it,
pushing
do it, do it, do
keep
it, do
picking at it, keep."
Yeah.
And I even
It-
told my boyfriend that I was like, "Ugh." I went to my mom's house today, and she was asking me when we're getting married, when we're having kids, But I said, I don't even think about that stuff. And he's like, but you do. We literally have fights about it all the time. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to tell her that because then she's going to start picking at it and being like, well, when this, well, when that, well, why don't you try? Well, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
It also doesn't help when you go on fucking social media and you see someone
that is so annoying.
Someone's having
I
a kid
muted all those people.
or another
Dude,
fucking kid
Dude,
or
new
someone's
parents
married.
are definitely the worst fucking people to
Not
follow on
even.
social media.
I would follow like.
Oh, I know you've followed a shit ton.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
follow
yeah, yeah.
2 or 3 people because they're kids. I'm like, dude, I don't care about your kid.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool that you posted. I'm just gonna
Oh,
follow
me
you.
too. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so weird, man. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
people that were in our grade that we went to high school with, I've unfollowed and I've muted a lot of them because, yeah, my close friends have gotten married and have had kids, but they're not like other people that I went to high school with that are like literally haven't even gotten
Every
married yet
single
and changed their
day.
last name. And I told my boyfriend that when we get married, I'm not changing my last name. Like, I cannot. It's so cringe to me every time I go on social media and I see a million photo bombs of your wedding or of leading up to your wedding
Yeah.
or leading up to this. I'm like, I am really preying on myself that I'm not that girl. And I'm really not trying to be that girl. I'm really not going to be. And if I am, please slap me. Like, I tell my friends this all the time.
Dude.
I'm like, do not let me be that girl.
That shit annoys me. And it's like every month almost for like the first 6 months after the wedding, it's always like 4 months. It's been 4 months and blah, blah. And you could tell, like, you know that when they wrote this, they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna love this. Like, I'm being so poetic right now.
You're 4 months with the rock of my life. I can't
Yes.
believe you're the waves to my ocean.
Yes, like shit like that. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
I
my
really
friend,
don't fucking
my
care.
friend texted me the other, not even the other day. I always say the other day, but I don't mean the other day. I mean like back then.
The waves to my ocean.
My friend texted me a screenshot of a pregnant girl, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, did you see so and so's pregnant?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." What? It's everywhere. I'm like, what do you mean it's everywhere? She's like, yeah, it's on
TMZ's
Twitter.
reporting. Like,
That means you look at her shit too
She's
much.
like,
That's what it means.
It's on Twitter. It's on Instagram. It's this. I was like, I don't even follow her, and I've unfollowed her on everything because she annoys me. She's like, oh, so lucky. I'm like, lucky about what? There's this button that you click to unfollow the person whose life you don't care about. Like,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
not a lucky thing. You just do it.
I gotta say, like, I know this guy used to always go on social media cleanses.
Yeah.
Always. And then
I'm
I went on one.
I'm doing it right now.
I went on one, and I would say I'm still on. I downloaded the app just for like professional reasons, but not given like you. Yeah, I just don't fucking care, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting me seeing people's information.
Yeah.
Just because it would get me in a bad mood.
I got rid of Twitter and Snapchat.
I gotta say,
We're
I'm
done
on,
with that shit.
I'm on Twitter for the memes. I never tweet anything like.
Hell yeah.
I'm just on Twitter for the memes, to be honest, and funny things. And when funny things aren't happening, then I'm like, ugh, I need to follow more people so I can see funny things.
I feel like I need to delete my Twitter because it's like
Twitter is so drama free to me, and like I don't
Really?
think I follow anybody that
I'm
posts
on-
photos really.
I'm on
or-
the dark side of Twitter because I'm on the drama side.
I'm on
and
the
it's like,
funny
I
side
need
of
to delete
Twitter.
this shit, so it's like I get a whole
Dude,
new page.
I never really like got Twitter. You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
funny because I had a MySpace, I had a Facebook, I had an Instagram, but like Twitter I just never really understood it.
I feel like Twitter is better than all the social medias.
Really?
I go on Instagram, I check my feed, and I'm off. I'm not really like refresh.
No, yeah,
I'm gonna do
Instagram is
that.
trash.
Snapchat, I also don't really.
Snapchat's
on
been
it.
trash since they
I-
changed everything.
I
with
feel
that
like
one
that's the
update.
generation behind us now. They're addicted to Snapchat.
Really?
My little brother has like 1 million snaps every morning.
Who is he? Like, who is seeing these snaps?
What do you mean?
Like, I think that's what I don't like
What do you mean?
about like Twitter and like Snapchat is it's like the definition of an echo chamber. Like, they don't really like push you to discover new content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, who the fuck is he sending these snaps to? Because it's not like, this is the one thing I do like about TikTok is that the way that it's like kind of like Vine. Like, you're gonna just see a bunch of random shit. You know what I
I
mean?
love Vine and I stand Vine. That's why I haven't downloaded TikTok.
I think
You're missing
now
out.
If you download TikTok, it'll be a lot better for you than what it was.
Yeah.
I never
It's gotten
have
less
had
cringy.
And my friends and my sisters always text me TikTok links, and I'm like, stop.
Hey, Cindy, stay strong, okay? 'Cause
I
I
just-
don't have that shit either. Fuck
Again,
that.
bro, he's always been like, oh, fuck TikTok. I'll never get TikTok. And then Instagram released Reels, and he's just sending Reels of TikToks. It's like, bro, you're on TikTok, but like,
You're
you're
right.
standing outside.
You're right, but
I don't
just-
even do that. I don't
TikTok-
know really how to.
At least I'm getting the like
extra
the
steps.
most popular TikToks because like there's TikTok comedy that is
once
just like
it makes
garbage.
it on Twitter, then I'm like, this is good enough to watch. This
Uh.
has made it on Twitter, so
Once it
I'm
makes it on
allowed
Twitter?
to watch
Oh,
it.
God,
Twitter's
bro.
your fucking bar.
Oh, God, that's a low fucking bar.
But Instagram, I'm bad at Instagram. I know how to post a photo. I know how to watch people's stories, but I don't know how to do anything else.
I think for me is like, I go on social media, I want to see something new. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that's what I don't like about like Instagram and Snapchat is they've made it so hard to see new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Their
you're not
algorithms-
following them, then you don't know.
Yes.
The algorithm is garbage, but Twitter,
Yeah.
I can follow someone that I know is pushing for something and I can see their content.
It's
You know?
it's more. I think that's what it is. It seems like Twitter's more for, you know, who you want to see, like of type
Yeah.
of thing.
That's what my Twitter, I only see the people that I'm following and what they retweet and tweet.
Mm.
But my boyfriend always tells me, did you hear this? I'm like, no. And he's like, it was on Twitter. I was like, well, I don't follow the same people you do, but it was on the trending page. I'm like, I don't know how to get there.
Trending
I don't
page.
know what that is.
I want news. You know, I want to see some shit that is like
Yeah.
new.
People that live in the trending page, it's like,
Yeah.
you're a fucking weirdo.
If it makes it to the people I follow, then it's important enough for me to know. I don't want to go out there looking for content and like,
Searching.
yeah.
I don't even know why I scroll through Instagram now that I think about it.
Dude,
what you guys are talking about?
Literally, the
Dude,
only
why
thing
do I
I
do
hop
that?
on is Reddit.
Why do I do that?
Instagram used to be good. Like, I was hooked to Instagram before they reworked the Explore page. Because before, like, you could go to Explore and then just scroll through and you would see all this shit that I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, I didn't even know
Yeah.
this was out there, you know? But now they redid it where it's like you click on something and all you're going to see is just that one fucking topic,
Yeah.
which I don't like.
It's literally like the documentary Social Dilemma. As soon as you choose something, they're trying to like
The
get
algorithm,
you.
yeah.
They're trying to get you to just watch the next thing, watch the next thing, watch the next thing, and just keep
Yeah.
you hooked 24/7.
I just watch cake videos.
Cake?
Yeah.
Do you like pastries?
I do.
you
I
like-
feel like lately I've been posting more on my Instagram story. Before I would post a lot on my Snapchat. But I feel like it's because I moved out. So now I'm like cooking a lot and I'm baking a lot and I'm like doing other things. So I'm like, I wonder if anybody else cares. I'm going to friggin' post it on my story.
Do you like cookies and cakes and like?
Yeah, I bake.
Oh, you bake.
I enjoy cooking. Baking, I don't understand. I always fuck it up somehow. I swear to God, I follow the recipe to a T, and it still comes out shitty.
Really?
I don't understand it. It's just, I think what it is that with cooking, every step of the way you could be there watching it, right? You could see how something's progressing. Whereas with baking, you kind of throw it in, and then you have to come back. Yeah, you're not there looking and being like, all right, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's always like,
Gotta stick
damn, I pulled that shit out too early, or it's like, damn,
Yeah.
I waited way too long.
You got to stick a toothpick in. See if anything sticks.
Yeah. I was so
No, I like
hyped.
to
I was trying to
bake.
make like a strawberry cobbler a couple
Uh-huh.
weeks ago, and I was so excited. And it came out so bad. I was crushed.
It's an art, man.
Yeah.
It's an art.
It's an art. Yeah, it's definitely an art.
Yeah, I hate my boyfriend because he...
What a
No.
way to start.
Because, no, is about food. Because he is a very basic person, meat and potatoes. He doesn't...
Oh yeah.
Mm.
He likes Mexican food, but basic Mexican food. Burritos, enchiladas, tacos.
That sounds
He
so
doesn't
good
like
right now.
He doesn't like
Authentic.
enchiladas. He doesn't like
Yeah, he doesn't
a-
like
that's a
authentic
huevos
stuff.
diabla.
That's a Neanderthal, right?
So I'm over here like trying to be a good Mexican wife, learning to make. I'm like, Mom, how do you make this? How do you make that? I learned to make ceviche the other day. I'm like trying to learn to make pozole, like authentic Mexican foods, and he's like, Yeah, I don't really like that.
This feels like I don't
I'm
even
like-
want to try it.
Ugh. I'm just like cooking for myself then. The other day I made a shrimp cocktail. You know, you put ketchup in that.
Yeah.
So I put all my veggies in it, my cilantro, my cucumber, my tomato, squirt a bunch of ketchup. Ugh, that is so disgusting. I don't even know how you're going to eat that.
What
Ketchup?
nationality is your boyfriend?
He's half white, half Mexican. He was raised with the Mexican side, but
what the fuck?
not authentic.
Mm.
Not no,
like whitewash, like a lot
yeah,
of white
like
kids
the
whitewash.
generations have been here. My
Yeah.
family is first generation
yeah,
here,
yeah,
so we know
Yeah.
the goods.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just like doesn't branch out to any Mexican food.
That's
I'm like, you're just eating the burritos, the tacos, yeah. But you don't know the real stuff. Like menudo, he won't eat. Any type of marisco, he won't eat. Any type, he hates soups. He won't eat a soup. He just
So,
hates
like, he doesn't-
everything.
What the fuck?
Even when like
No.
I make or my parents make carne asada, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take a plate for Zach. They're like, okay, and I just put meat and rice. My mom, mija, ponle guacamole, ponle frijoles, ponle salsa. I'm like, he doesn't eat any of that. He just eats the meat and the rice. That's all he wants.
Dude, whenever a Mexican tells me they don't like avocado, I'm always like,
He doesn't like
"What?"
avocado. That was took me over the edge.
That's like the bottom of the food pyramid. Like, I don't understand.
That is
It's
the
like
full period.
avocado tortillas. Like,
He's all like, guacamole is so overhyped. I don't get the point of it. It's like not good to me. It's so mushy. I'm like, get out of my face right now.
I might understand that a little bit because I don't like guacamole as much as I like just plain avocado, which is weird. But
I
like
usually eat both.
You disgust me.
I like plain avocado on a fucking taco or like anything, but like guacamole I won't put on anything like that.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to put it on like certain things. you
Yeah,
know?
no, I understand that, but like guacamole is like,
For some people, it's
yeah.
like, I guess.
He
I don't know. I don't.
He's got to experience the right things.
I never understood.
He tells
being-
me I'm old enough to not want to try new things. I know what I like, so I'm not
Oh,
gonna try
fuck
it.
This
that.
dude's 30. He's not even halfway done with his life.
I know, but he's very like,
He knows. He's very like, this is how I am.
yeah. If
Mm.
he says no, it's no.
Damn.
That's when you got to stop.
I don't understand being picky about like Hispanic foods because it's all the same ingredients. It's just like used differently.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's all the same ingredients. There's always some type of tortilla. There's always some type of meat. Some type of salsa that's tomato based or tomatillo based.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's very basic. Doesn't
Mm.
even eat eggs.
What's his favorite food?
Wow.
I think it's Mexican food.
Is it?
Mm.
Is it
But,
like a
like-
hamburger from like a hamburger stand?
No, but
Like
before we
burritos?
moved in together,
Solid burritos?
breakfast, lunch, and dinner was eating out. Even when
Mm.
he lived at his dad's, he never cooked. always eating out.
That will do it though. That will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That will do
He
it.
needs to expand
hasn't
his
had
palate.
he hasn't had a good meal from like a comadre, right? Like,
Dude, there's times where I think like, man, there's flavors out there that I probably have never tasted before,
Yeah, right?
and that like bothers me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being like, you know, I like these things.
And that's it.
I don't need to try anything else.
But I'm like that too. I don't really like Indian food. I remember when I
What?
worked in the
Oh,
office.
Man.
I
Every
love
Friday they
Indian
would
food.
order food for everybody, and they would always order Luna Grill, and I'm like, ugh, I hate
That-
Luna Grill.
Luna Grill's like watered down Indian food though. You need to go to like an authentic like Indian or Nepali food.
Yeah. I
I went to a place up
Delicious.
north. Oh man, that shit
there's
was.
a-
Uh,
I used to talk shit on like no, you can't have
Delicious.
you can't have this many spices in a food. And then I ate like Indian food. I'm just like,
I think that's the thing. I didn't know until
Yes.
like some of my closest friends were Indian or Nepali, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna take you to the spot that like I would never fucking go to because it's like some hole in the wall." But
Mhm.
I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like I've literally never tasted this before.
Yeah. It's just like, man, I didn't know that you could do this with that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that this could be more prevalent than that. And I'm
The
just
only
like,
thing I don't fuck with are black olives and asparagus.
What?
Yeah.
Asparagus?
I'm not like I'll eat it, but I don't go. It's not. I don't go out of my way for it.
Yeah.
I'm a whore for asparagus. I love it. I
Really?
love asparagus.
Everything else I'm
Wow.
fine with. Like
I
even
never thought I
asparagus-
would hear that sentence. I'm a whore for,
for asparagus. Even
Wow.
asparagus is fine. It won't bother me. But like black olives, I cannot fucking do them.
Aren't you tired of like your pee smelling or?
That is a good. That's a good
You get
question.
used to it.
Damn.
Some second nature.
Yeah, I don't like olives either.
Black olives are. I've
Never
Either
had one.
olive, I won't.
I've
eat
never
It.
had a green olive.
You know how much fucking asparagus you would have to say that you're used to smelling your pee smelling terrible?
That's like a daily. That's like a.
That's a good couple
it's
months right there.
foundation. That's
Yeah.
I feel like my
foundation to your meals.
specialty,
You have a solid foundation.
That'll
That
make
is a good
once a
question.
week.
What is your specialty?
like food.
Yeah,
I always make salmon, potatoes, and asparagus.
potatoes. How?
Different. I'll like just baked potato or like the little red potatoes.
Hmm.
Season 'em.
Okay. Do you just like diced?
Or whole.
Okay.
The little red ones. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
okay.
mashed.
Okay. I'd
Or
say
air
my
fried.
my specialty plate is fajitas. I can make some bomb fajitas. Like,
Mm.
I've only had fajitas once. You better start making them, bro.
bro, I've made you fajitas before.
Oh,
but
this
the thing
is-
is, it's an afternoon ordeal. It's not like let
yeah.
me just fucking whip up some fajitas.
This is what I wanted to ask
And
you
I-
guys, since I know you live together. How has it been
Living together.
living together?
Honestly, like
How was wait?
I've had
Because
no
my
problems.
move-in process was very annoying. So how was it? The move-in, like looking for a place, figuring it out, who you're gonna live with.
it all went smooth.
Dude, we just like we're not fucking assholes, man. Like, I'm not saying your roommate's an asshole, but like we're on the same page.
Yeah, it
Like-
went very smoothly. Like literally, we met up one day. We were all like, "All right, let's find a place," and we were all like, "Okay, like ideally, we would want to have our own rooms, stuff like that." And then we created a Google Doc. We were all sharing like links to different places, and then
Well, we found this place pretty quick. I would
we
say.
found this was
Really?
this was
Yeah.
the second place we looked at. We looked at one place down in Santa Ana, but it was too expensive for what it was. What? Oh shit!
This fucking guy.
That's
Down in some place in California. Sorry.
I gotta mark the fucking minute now and remember it.
My bad. And then we came to this place, and like yeah, we were all just happy with it. We got lucky, I think.
Yeah, we super lucked out.
Yeah.
But we saw the place and it was just like, yeah, like this is the place. Like
Mhm.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like if we get approved, like we'll move in.
Yeah.
So we got approved and then we moved in.
I think what helped was that we've all been friends for like a while before we moved in. And the other thing is like we would like meet up and like talk about like our pet peeves,
Yeah.
like what we're willing to stand for and what we're not willing to stand for, and I think that kind of helped.
But how is it now living together? Do you guys have a washer dryer here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, like,
I mean, I could live with them for the next 5 years, and I'd be okay
I
with
have
that.
no complaints. Like,
Yeah.
But how is it with living with your girlfriend?
we're not dirty.
It's been good, but I think we are an outlier, and the reason is
What does that mean?
An outlier, like
you stand out from the
from the normal crowd.
yeah.
Yeah, like we're not the typical couple, and the reason why I say that is because we were only dating maybe 3 months before the pandemic started.
Okay.
And when the pandemic started, because I was already at her house so much, it was like, okay, I'll just quarantine here. So because of that, like the vast majority of our relationship was us occupying the same space. So because of that, like, I don't know different, really. You know what I mean?
But how is it like cooking and laundry and like daily tasks?
It's also good, but this is what I realized. A lot of issues happen just because people don't communicate. And like, I used to always make fun of Dr. Phil because he'd always say the number one part of a relationship is communication. But it is true. Like, and the reason why I say that is because there was definitely a shift from like her apartment when we were like living together, but it was still her apartment, right? Versus moving here, because like what I would deal with changed, but I would bring it up right away. Or like same for her. Like if there's something that like wasn't jiving we were pretty good about like, okay, like this is how I've been feeling about this. So because of that, it's been smooth because we both, I don't know, we respect each other enough to understand like I know what bugs her. You know what I mean? And it's not a bother for me to like, let me do this because I know if I don't do it, it's going to bother her type of thing. And I think a lot of people, they'll just not say anything and let it build up until finally they explode. And like, I hate when you do this. And the other person's like, well, like you never said anything. How was I supposed to know that? We've been good about as soon as like something like, I don't like that. Like I'll say like, hey, can you like do this?
Are you that way with Andy and your other roommate too? Like, how is it in the common spaces?
I would say yeah.
I'd say so.
I would say yeah, because like if there's something that's bothering me, I'll say something like, "Hey guys, like just want to say like."
Really, you'll say it.
Yeah,
But even if he does that, it won't bother me.
Really?
It's just like, well, yeah, because like I know intentionally I didn't do that to bother you.
yeah, and I know that as well.
So if I've done something and he says something about it, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll just fix that. That's cool. Like, right?
And it's not awkward?
No, he pays the same amount as rent as me. Like, why would I like only think about myself? If that makes sense?
Yeah.
I think what helps is like I know I don't take it personal. Like when there's something that like bothers me, I know it's like okay, like yeah, that bothers me, but they're not doing it because they're trying to like bother me. That's just what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a big deal.
Good to know. Good to know.
All right,
Could you-
well, you got
Yeah,
some
let's say,
issues or what's going on?
could you say the same? Or?
No, it was no, I could say the same when it comes to my boyfriend. Like, actually, it wasn't smooth when we were looking for a place. I thought I would be the bougie one, but he was a nightmare. And he like, I felt like I was when we decided that we were gonna move into an apartment. I felt like every day I was on Zillow refreshing. Like every day I was obsessed with looking for an apartment, and I would bring it to him every time I found an apartment. What about this? What about this? What about this? Popcorn ceiling? Yuck. Carpet? No. He was so freaking picky for an apartment, and I was shocked. I was like, I'm all like, you know, like the picky one and blah blah blah, and he was being super picky, and I was more kind of like, this is our first place. Like, I'm okay to rough it a little. If there's carpet, Like, but he was caring about a lot. And then I started getting annoyed because I was doing, like, a lot of the work, looking for an apartment, and also going to see the place. And then for him to just be like, no, really? Because this, really? Because that. I was, like, getting so annoyed. So then the place we're living in now is the first place we went to go see. And the first place we went to go see, we loved it. And we're like, yeah, this is great. This is this. But then he talked me down from it. Like, well, this is the first place we've gone to see. Like, we can't just take, like, the first place. Like, we still have to go see and see, like, compare it and blah, blah, blah.
That's like shit my dad would tell me.
So I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is only the first place. Like, let's go let's see what else is out there. So we spent months, like, looking for what else is out there. And he was trying to live in those brand new buildings, like sky high, like hotel-looking things. And I was just like, it wasn't our budget, but when you added everything together, it wasn't. Because they charge for every little thing. They're like, oh, to take your trash out, like, leave your trash in the front door and we'll pick it up $50 a month and you can't opt out. Oh, we don't include parking, but if you want a parking spot, it's, like, not designated. You just are allowed to park in the garage, but it's $100 a month per car. So I was just like, it all added up to where it's like, that makes no sense for us to, like, live in this bougie ass place if we're gonna be spending $100 for each of our cars just to park there a month. Like, no. So then we finally ended up being like, you know what, the first place we saw was the best out of all of them, so let's just go back there. But the unit we wanted to move into was already taken, so we had to, we found another unit similar, and once we decided, it was, like, within a week we had to move in. Because he's like, well, I have this Sunday, Monday off, so that would be the best time to move in. Because he doesn't really have weekends off, only once a month. So we're just like, okay, we have to move in this weekend. So
That's
the
stressful.
whole week, we were just going back and forth, emailing the landlord, like, everything she needed from us. And are we approved? Are we this? Can we do it? Blah, blah, blah. We didn't even know. We moved Sunday morning. Saturday night, we didn't even know if we were moving the next day. But I still had my room packed. I'm the type of person to be like, you got to speak it into existence. We're moving in tomorrow. It's going to happen. He's like, well, we don't know for sure. I'm like, no, we do. We're moving in tomorrow. So it was just like a big old thing. Finally, we moved in, and like me and him, we're good. Like, we're good teamwork. Like, yeah, I knew moving in with him, he doesn't know how to cook. He doesn't know how to clean. So I knew I was okay with doing that stuff. And I still am okay because he helps me. I'm going to cook, but you're going to wash the dishes. I'm going to do laundry, but you're going to put it away. So, yeah, we work together. But I wouldn't be able to live with my friends.
Why?
Because I'm the type of person that if something is bothering me, I'm not going to say it. I'd rather ignore you than confront you.
I see.
And that's how I am with my roommate.
Yeah, not the best way to deal with
Yeah, I don't
conflict.
know,
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, like, even thinking about moving in with like who I live with now, I was like, nah, it's not gonna be a problem because I'm not a problem.
I think that's what it was. Like, going into it, I already had confidence. I was already like, I know how they are.
I knew how
And I knew
they
we'd
thought I
jive.
was. I was like, I'm not dirty. I'm not gonna leave like fucking, just dirty laundry. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like fucking be dirty about everything.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, well, like they know that I'm this way. Well, like, things are gonna be fucking fine.
Yeah.
You know?
I think what helped too, at least in my case, was that my girlfriend's last roommates were fucking terrible. Like, they would leave, like, let's say they were making something and they spilt like batter on the counter. They wouldn't clean it. They would just leave it. Or like they would eat cereal and just leave the bowl on the table and they wouldn't pick it up for like weeks. So going from that to this was like night and day.
Yeah.
So my standards are very low. As long as like food's not rotting, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it helps though that like I already knew this guy was clean because I saw how he lived with his brothers. Surprisingly, the only oddball was Jalen, just because I'd never been in his house. I'd never seen how he lives, so I didn't know what to expect. But no, I mean we're all just on the same page, I guess.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you planning to move in with Alyssa anytime soon?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus
Slipped out my
Christ,
hands.
throwing his phone out there. We've been having the conversation a lot. At first, it was, save for a house. And then it was like, I'm on the same mindset as, I would say your boyfriend. It's like, why would I, go into this idea of a 30-year mortgage and do all this with you when I don't even know if I like living with you? So we're on that. So we were stuck on getting an apartment together for a while. But recently, I'm just in the mindset of like, you know what? I'm just going to save money, and I want to get a multifamily home or duplex or triplex, whatever it may be, because I think that's a stepping stone towards generational wealth. My mind's been really on finances and like money for retirement, really. And I want to get a property just so that, it's a stepping stone, and that's what my mind's on. So that's kind of what I've steered our direction towards, is saving for that. And yeah, I don't know, we'll get there when we get there, but I'm in no rush because I don't need to rush those kinds of things. A 30-year mortgage plan is a big step, especially in California when real estate is only going up.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, let's calm down a little, let's save some money, let's see where we get in a couple years, and then we'll jump at it. But of course, I don't want to wait a couple years before living with her, but we'll see.
I will say though, that's like a big difference, is that like we both know like living together isn't really permanent, because we both expressed like I want to start my career up in Northern California in like the Bay Area. Like that's what my plan is. and she's studying to be a vet, and the school she's hoping to get into is in Illinois. So even when we started this relationship, it was like we're gonna have a point where we're like separate, you know. So I feel like that kind of takes away some of that pressure of like, let's move in and start our lives. You know what I mean? Start
Yeah.
a family. I think that makes a big difference.
It
Yeah.
definitely probably does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not ready to start a family. I'm not ready to like, oh yeah, let's get a place and we'll get married and, you know, this will be our stepping stone to our first home
I don't
together.
know why. For me, as a male or just myself, I've never thought of marriage.
Mm.
You know, and as I'm getting older, of course, it's becoming a more prevalent thing because you're seeing the people around you get married and your significant other starts talking about marriage. But to me, it's like, it'll happen when it happens. Like, I'll know that moment where I'm like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to go buy a ring and then pop the question. But that hasn't hit me yet. I'm worrying about other things. I'm worried about my career. I'm worrying about, you know, owning something that is mine and paying it off. I don't know.
Boys' minds are so different.
Why? What are you thinking?
I'm not saying like I need to, like I said, I do have those little phases where I'm like, let's do it, let's do this, let's do that. But that's very socially influenced. It's not like if I wasn't seeing it happening around me, then it's not something I would want or think about a lot. But because it is, then I'm like, oh, I'm going to pressure you now. But I feel like for the relationship I'm in, I'm kind of like, well, I know I want to be with you. I know I love you. Like, I know I see us long term. So what are you waiting for, huh?
I feel like I think what at least influences me is I've been in a long-term relationship that ends. So because of that, I feel like I have this understanding of like, things are good right now. Let's just like enjoy that because we don't know 2 years from now how things will be.
Yeah, but I feel it also depends on the person. Because before this relationship, I was in like a 4-year relationship too. And since that, I felt like it was just a waste of time.
Oh, wow.
I felt like, yeah, I was like, this isn't going anywhere. But I kind of went into it knowing that. I felt like I wanted more and expected more than he did. So
Did you learn anything from it?
I learned he was, I don't know, I don't want to talk trash, but
You've been doing it all night. You might as well keep going.
Have I been? No, I just learned not. What was your question?
If you learned...
Did you learn anything from it?
Yeah.
I just learned to not put up with a lot of stuff. And not.
Then it wasn't.
Like
It
to
wasn't
know
a
what
waste
you
of
want.
time. It wasn't a
Yeah.
waste of time.
That's interesting, though. So, do you, in that relationship, did you feel like you knew at the beginning, like, this might not be forever type of thing? Or did you have those moments where you were already thinking that, of like, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with?
No, going into it, I was their first girlfriend, so I kind of knew. I was like,
Okay.
I'm their first girlfriend. Like, I don't think they're going to want to end up with me because they haven't had that experiencing and, like, all that stuff.
Dang.
So-
you just
Interesting.
like the fresh meat, don't you?
In high school, now I'm like, I hope I'm not your first girlfriend.
You've had enough?
Yeah. So because I went into that relationship knowing that, I kind
Okay.
of figured that it wouldn't end up. But I was still hoping at the end of the day, like, I
That
was
it-
hoping for a good outcome. So,
Interesting.
Yeah. Now you need to date someone with experience or else they'll cheat on you.
I mean-
James? What are you making that?
I don't like blanket statements.
True. Yeah.
But I could see that for a lot of people.
Yeah. Since I was my last boyfriend's first girlfriend, he cheated on me a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I'm with her. My last ex-girlfriend cheated on me.
Yeah. I mean, I got cheated on in my first serious relationship, but I wasn't her first serious relationship. So I think that's why I'm like, some people are just fucking cheaters. It doesn't matter how many people they've been with or if they like got it out of their system, you know?
Yeah.
But I definitely think like the more people you've been with, of course, the more experience you have to draw on, right? And so you know more of what you want, what you don't want, or what you'll deal with, what you won't deal with. So I do. That's the thing. Like when someone's with you, and like you're their first relationship, to them, all they think is like, this is the best I'm ever gonna get. You know what I mean? Or vice versa.
Really?
That's what I get from a lot of people. Like that's what is definitely apparent is they'll put up with a lot more with their first relationship than any other relationship after that. And it's because they have no data to compare it to. You know what I mean? If the only person you've ever been with has treated you a certain way, that's all you know. And I think a lot of people fall victim to that.
It's weird because in my last relationship, they weren't my first boyfriend, but I was their first girlfriend, and they dragged me through the mud.
But I think that's a different scenario. Yeah.
Why? Because they're a boy and I'm a girl.
No, because you were there first and they were shitty instead of the other way around. Like, my point is this. I know plenty of people who their first relationship, including myself, you put up with a lot more. Like, let me put it this way. Well, I mean, that's not always true, but is there shit that you dealt with in previous relationships that now you'd be like, fuck no. Like, if they do this, it's done. Like, that's a deal breaker for me.
I feel like that now in my relationship. I feel like because I put up with so much in my last relationship, if it were to happen again in this relationship, like, I can't deal with that. I'm over it.
And I think that's kind of like my point. It's because you have that experience that you could bank on, right? Or that you could compare to. Whereas when it's your first person, you put up with it because maybe you thought that was normal. Maybe you thought, like, this is what everyone deals with. Or maybe you thought, this is the happiest I'll ever be with anybody else. No one's better than this person.
Yeah.
You know, the more people you're with, the more you get that understanding of, like, you know, everyone has something special about them. Like, this person, yeah, this is special about them, but it's not so much so I need to put up with all this stuff that I hate because they're the best I'm ever going to get.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, after you have that experience, you know, like, you know, fuck this. Like, there's more people out there. There's more people out there that will, you know, respect me or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now I
went
feel
on a
like
fucking-
because I've gone through that. Now it's weird when you're in that you put up with a lot, and and everyone on the outside is seeing it happen, and no matter what anybody tells you, you like know what you're supposed to do, but you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like one of my friends is going through that right now. And it's like she has the angel and the devil on her shoulder, and I'm the angel and my other friend's the devil. Not literally, but my other friend is more like, just stop. Like, don't put up with that. Like, kick him to the curb. Like, I don't even know why you're dealing with this. But because I've been through what she's been through, I'm like, look, no matter what anybody tells you, at the end of the day, it's your roller coaster. And you ride it however you want to.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't mean to talk about the man's stuff while he's not here, but the same thing happened to Andy, right?
Yeah, that's and that's
earlier
what I mean.
this week he was asking us for our opinion for a situation he was having, and I told him, I'm like, I'm on team single Andy, right?
Okay.
So if I'm on team single Andy, in my mind, I would say fuck whatever else's someone else's bullshit is affecting me right now. I don't need to deal with that. I'm doing my own thing. Like, why do I need to worry about someone else's shit when I don't need to? Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to be a part of that. I can just dip the other way.
And that's my experience too. Like, this guy knows too. My first relationship in high school, I put up with a lot of shit, but I haven't put up with it since. Ever since then, I learned, like, I know how I feel about this. I know how I'm going to react about this. So if you start going down this route, like, it's done. You go about your way. I'll go about my way. No hard feelings. We just want different things.
Girls are different from boys.
Really?
Girls are too emotional and too just attached to be like, bye.
Not me.
Personally.
Uh,
And from what I've heard from my other friends.
You grew up watching too much Disney. That's what it was.
I heard that podcast, The Drunk Love.
which one?
I was gonna say you should be on the next one because
the
I
drunk
feel
love,
like
the next drunk love.
I feel like it would be a good episode.
What were your thoughts? And be
Listen,
honest.
listen,
Don't
I'll-
hold back.
Listen, a lot of people have listened to that episode. Apparently, a lot of people really like that topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of our like biggest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to it.
What are your thoughts?
It was a good episode, but I don't know. Like I said, just guys are different from girls, and I felt like you guys were all ganging up on your girlfriend.
Oh, really? I don't remember much of that episode.
No, I don't either. Emily was on that episode.
No. Caitlin.
Oh,
Yeah, the last one.
Mhm.
And we were getting up on her?
it was a lot of questions
To her.
towards her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot of we were trying to.
Directed towards her.
Yeah.
I knew I should have wrote notes on the episode because when I was listening to it, I was like, I don't agree with that. And I should have.
Damn, you
because
should
now
have
I want
wrote
to
written notes.
Yeah.
comment.
I wish more people commented. Like, I want to know when I say dumb stuff. Like, tell me. You know?
Okay, this is a comment I wanted to make from what
Oh,
I
here we
remember.
go.
Philip.
I knew it.
Oh, here
I
we
knew
go.
I knew it was gonna be for me. Let's hear it.
Yeah,
No,
you're the controversial
It's
one.
not even a bad thing. It was just. No, it's because I was told this also by somebody else, and then I was like kind of offended, and then I heard it on your podcast, and then I was like, wait, what is going on here? What is wrong with people with Disney passes?
Wait, I
What?
said that?
I don't
You
remember.
said,
I don't
Or
remember.
you
that.
guys were talking about
What did I say?
Disney, which led to Disney passes.
I think I probably brought up the bumper sticker. 'Cause
No.
that's- Oh, I didn't?
Maybe you did. I don't know.
Okay, I
But
feel
you
very
were
strongly
like,
about the bumper
well,
sticker.
listen.
I have the bumper sticker on my car
Why?
right now.
It's so ugly.
Listen,
Like,
listen.
if it was a cool
Okay.
sticker,
I
cool. But
I
it's
remember
so
what
plain.
I said. I remember what I said because you're literally getting robbed blind. You're literally getting robbed blind for a place that does not have much nostalgia as you believe it does.
No, okay. What
They
I
paid-
agreed. You guys said the Disney adults are weird. I agree. People that are like.
I was just like clarify. I didn't say that. Philip said that.
I have a cousin that's like constantly posting Disney stuff, posting flashbacks from take me back,
Whoa,
Disney, blah blah blah.
I'm gonna
That's
come
weird.
back to that.
But I had a
But-
Disney pass. I don't feel like I'm a hardcore Disney fan, but I would go, and it wasn't because like I would just go. I had a
Something to do.
pass with my boyfriend. Yeah, something to do. It wasn't even like we would spend the whole day there. It was like, what do you want to do today? You want to go to Disney? Sure. We'd go eat a pretzel, go home. But I'm like, I have the bumper sticker.
Why?
Wait,
I'd
okay,
like
no,
to
no,
go.
Why?
What-
Why do you have the bumper sticker?
What did you mean by like what I just said that you don't agree with it?
What was it about again? I forgot.
I don't know. I said that like
The
you're
Disney
you're
adults.
Getting, well, I
Oh.
don't know about that.
No, wait, was it that? That the Disney adults are weird?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said that.
Really?
I was just
Someone
clarifying
said it.
that I didn't say that.
I said that?
Yeah, you said that you found Disney adults weird, like adults who are like obsessed with Disney.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I
That is
agree,
weird.
but
But
I
then
didn't
you
say
said,
that.
Well-
why
well,
people
listen.
that have Disney passes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with
I-
you? And I'm like, I have
Listen.
a Disney pass.
One-
But it offended me because I was listening to 60s music the other day out loud while I was working. And my roommate goes, do you have a Disney pass? I was like, yeah, when I was open, I did.
Makes sense.
And he was like, you seem like you would. I was like, what does 60s music have anything to do with liking Disney? And then I hear your podcast and you're like, people with
So you're-
Disney passes
you're
are
pre-triggered.
weird.
Listen, it is weird that you would pay so much money for
But
something
it's
that
only
this.
$30 a month.
I think
There's 12 months, right? That's a lot of money. Am I not crazy?
I think it depends. Like if the money This is the reason, because I
Like-
had Disney Pass for a year.
Okay, can we admit the same kind of Disney adults I'm talking about here are the same ones that were trying to go to Disney when
Okay,
COVID's
yeah, that
still
was
going
weird.
on?
That was weird when they were
No,
doing
no,
a
no. I
whole
would like to
protest.
clarify there is a difference between those who just have passes and like Disney adults who are obsessed. And this is why I say, before I had a pass, I fucking hated Disneyland. I did not have fun. I did not enjoy standing in all the fucking lines just to ride a fucking 2-minute ride.
I remember
And
for
go stand in
grad
another
night, I
line.
hung out with you guys.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I was totally on team like fuck standing in a line.
But let me say this: when you have a pass, it makes the experience different. Because you could just be like, let's just go and get this one thing, or let's go ride this one ride and go home. And that was enjoyable. Like I would wait and be like, oh, there's nothing to do. Let me check the wait line. Oh shit, this ride's only like fucking 15
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Let's go and ride it like 4 times and then go home.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like you when it comes to like corporate America. All right, like capitalism. Like
Okay.
Disney to me is like the scummiest. They have so much
because of how much
fucking-
money. Yeah.
Listen to me. They have so much fucking money, and they charge that much money for a fucking ticket just to get in. And now they're trying to get rid of like
can
what is it, the
understand that.
California pass or
All of the
whatever it is?
passes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, you greedy bitches,
I
because you have 1
understand
year.
that.
You have 1 year where you don't have anyone coming in.
Side
and
note, Philip
See-
is salivating from the mouth.
I'm a fucking pissed.
Foamy.
Yeah. Oh, Disney Plus now. Like, oh, let's pump this shit out.
I will.
Like, fuck you.
This is what pisses me off, though. I'm not mad at Disney because that's just supply and demand. What I'm mad is all the fucking people that are willing to pay, like, I don't know how many, like $100 a month just to have the premium pass
Yeah.
with the discounts. Disney wouldn't be doing it if people weren't fucking buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How I was telling Philip
I gotta
that
pee.
I said $30 a month, and you said that's a lot of money. How I saw it was they charge 100 something for a day ticket. If I pay for 3 months, that's paying off a 1-day ticket. Yeah, I can go multiple times a week for 3 months.
I just don't see it. Paying hundreds of dollars for something that you probably forget that you have for so many months and not go and use it. It's just, I don't know. For a while, me and my girl were thinking about, maybe we should get them. And then I was like, no, why would I do that? Like, I don't know, just to be cramped. And I'm one of those guys that, like, I would rather see a show than actually go on a ride. Like grad night, I didn't go on a single ride because I was like, why would I want to waste my time here? Because honestly, I've only been to Disneyland 3 or maybe 4 times as an adult. Like before that, I did not go at all. Maybe 3 times. But grad night was my first time ever as an adult.
Oh, really?
So when I was there, I told these guys, I'm like, I don't want to go on no rides. Like, I'm here for like the nostalgia of being in Disneyland because this is my first time. So to me, it was like valuable. But if I buy a pass and I'm just going and then that nostalgia is gone and I'm paying hundreds of dollars for what? Just to say that I have one, just to come here for like like you said, a pretzel. Like, is that enough for me? Like, I don't know if that's worth it.
No, I am not like hardcore Disney, but if you put me underneath the fireworks show at the end of the night and they're announcing like inspirational quotes, if you believe, then I'll start crying. I will cry.
The person that doesn't hug their family, I will cry over Disney fireworks.
When the fireworks are going off and all the lights and the whole show and the whole music and the whole inspirational words are going, I start crying. I'm like, this is so beautiful.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Grad night was, I would say, one of the best nights of my life. Just because I got to spend it with these guys, and it was just so fun.
Yeah.
It was like truly a party.
It sucks that kids now won't be able to experience that because of COVID.
Yeah. Well, even the year after, I heard it wasn't as good as like our year
Oh, really?
for like all the dances. Yeah.
Huh.
I just remember like we were walking back to the bus and like these were other schools and I just saw a dude, what I presume was his girlfriend, but she was fucked up.
I forgot that we went with other schools. I thought it was just our school.
No, like, yeah, it was other schools and you're like, who are these people? And it's just a big old party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in California Adventure, that was a party.
Gra-
Did Andy die?
He's He's having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, coming out of his ass.
He's pooping.
Yeah.
That long?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Jeez.
What are we talking about? I heard California Adventures.
Grad night.
That it was a party.
Grad night was fun.
I remember one of you wanting orange juice and then saying they're not
That-
selling orange juice
That was me and this dude.
it hypes up the drugs or something like that.
Yeah. We
I
took
was
two.
not taking anything illegal that night. That's all I will say. It wasn't illegal.
I was.
Yeah. Did you have fun on grad night?
Honestly, no.
Why?
Understandable.
Because I felt like I didn't hang out with my friends. I was hanging out with you guys. No disrespect.
Damn, we weren't her friends. bro.
No disrespect, but I would have rather.
Been with your friends.
Listen,
Yeah.
I never talked to her, so
Yeah,
I
I
totally
don't
understand.
don't blame you for feeling that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like.
I just remember I wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
I could not stop talking, and I was aware too.
And
I
why was
aware. Huh?
Why was that?
I was just very focused that day.
Really?
Yeah, I was very focused.
That must.
Were you on Adderall?
No, I will practice my Fourth Amendment right to
Oh my God.
remain silent.
If it's
You mean
prescripted,
fifth?
it doesn't matter.
Wait. You mean fifth?
Is it fifth? What's the Fourth Amendment? Is that like fucking housing the army or
Right
something?
to bear arms.
No, that's the second, bro.
Oh.
Okay, first is freedom of speech. Second is right to bear arms. I don't
I'm
know what
not
the
good
fuck
at
the third
government.
is. Regardless, it was nothing illegal,
Oh my
God. Whether it was prescribed to me or not.
Who are
But,
these people?
I will say, I remember just seeing people like pass the fuck out on the benches.
Remember when
Just,
we
like,
were
sleeping
walking
and
back to
shit.
the bus and that one dude was carrying his girl and she was fucking
Yeah.
slumped.
Dude, I didn't sleep for like 2 days after that night.
Yeah, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep that whole night.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you go to that one after whose house was it? Fuck. After prom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the cops came
We were all there.
right away.
Yep.
That was a fun night. It wasn't right away.
I felt what I didn't go with Daniel. I went with somebody else.
Oh, so you got there after?
Yeah, I felt like once I got there, I literally 2 seconds. That was my first high school party.
Really?
Mine
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
I got there literally 5 minutes, cops came, everybody ran away.
Damn.
And I was so annoyed because my parents don't let me spend the night at anybody's houses, but I fought so hard to tell my mom, I'm not coming home on prom night. And for the party to end 5 minutes after I got there, and then I'm like, well, I have to go home. For my mom to be like, fine, you don't have to come home. And then I end up going home anyway. I was so mad.
That sucks. Damn.
Still gets me.
That really sucks.
Yeah, that does suck because
It was a good party before the cops showed up.
yeah.
I felt like no one was there. Once I got there, people were barely starting to come. And then once literally 5 minutes in, everybody got.
What
The
I
cops
remember, there's a
came.
good amount of people
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But even then, though, I thought like it wasn't worth the fucking drive to go all the way over there for that party.
For that party.
Yeah.
Whatcha?
Does your cat have its ear bitten off?
No. So what I found out was that when rescues or shelters or like pounds or anything, if they find a stray cat,
They cut its ear off?
after they fix it, that way other rescues know that the cat's already been fixed.
That's so mean.
Yeah. The reason is it's for cats. It's not easy to tell if they've been neutered or spayed, as it is like a dog.
Dogs
that's-
get tattoos.
Ew.
Yeah, I know dogs get tattoos.
Yeah.
They should do that instead of the fucking ear, but
That is so rude.
For the longest
Yeah.
time when we got chance.
Maybe I should get a cat.
dude, cats are fucking great.
I had a dog at my mom's house, but I didn't take it with me when I moved in because you have to pay. So I'm like, my dog can just stay here.
We're not allowed to have cats here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Disco's my favorite.
She seems cute and cuddly. But me and my boyfriend have been wanting to get a dog, get him low key and not tell the apartment. But I'm like, I work from home. I'm going to have to be the one walking it and taking it out. And you're just going to be there for the fun times. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to put up with that.
What are you gonna like smuggle it out of your jacket? Like
I
when
feel
you
like
take it for
dogs are a
walks
little
and shit?
harder to
No,
hide.
because they don't really keep an eye on you. It's just like when you're moving in, they ask you if you have a pet. And if you do, you have to pay to have the pet there.
Mm.
But if you like move in, I doubt they keep tabs. There's nobody really
Yeah.
walking around like checking. You have a dog? You have a dog? So
Yeah.
That's a good point.
maybe we'll get a cat. But he doesn't like cats too much.
I didn't like cats either until.
Your boyfriend sounds like a weird one.
He's not.
Really? I feel like there's been a lot of stuff I heard tonight that I'm like, I understand.
What?
With the whole Mexican food thing?
Okay, not that. Let's.
That's what I mean.
Let's
And then
chill
he-
out.
and
alright?
then he
That's the
doesn't-
one thing.
Then he doesn't like cats? How do you not
I
like
don't
cats?
really like cats either. But
I didn't like cats because growing up, I only had bad experiences with cats. Like as a kid, my uncle had a cat, but that cat was fucking mean, so it always scratched me. So because of that, I was like, all cats are bad.
Mm.
Honestly, I feel like I didn't really start coming around until I started going to your place.
You have
'Cause-
cats?
Yeah, I have two.
Mm-hmm.
Misty's
They're
like
really
fucking 13
She's
years old.
yeah. But it wasn't until then that I started realizing, like, okay, not all cats are fucking mean.
Have you seen that Netflix Don't Mess with Cats?
I have seen that Netflix
Jeez, that
documentary.
was so weird.
I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes. I was
Really?
like, I don't want to watch this right now. Like,
Oh, it gets so good.
Yeah,
I'm sure
does.
It
it
gets
does.
really good.
But the
That
time
killer
I
was a freak.
Yeah, he was fucking weird. He had issues.
the time I
Yeah.
was in, I was like, this ain't it.
It's good.
Yeah.
I would say if start like maybe 15 minutes in of the first episode, you'll enjoy the rest.
What about that? Did you guys watch that Hotel Cecil on Netflix?
No.
That you guys need to watch that.
Hotel Cecil.
I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what it's about. The Hotel Cecil.
Is it a
in
show
LA?
or
It's a documentary.
Okay.
So there's this hotel in LA that has like a lot of history about just bad stuff happening there. A lot of suicides, a lot of killings. That Night Walker or Night Stalker guy,
Yeah.
he stayed at that hotel and brought girls there and did
Is this
stuff
the
to them.
hotel that? Have you seen American Horror Story?
Mhm.
You know I don't know. It's like the 5th or 4th season where they're in the Hotel Cortez.
I think I stopped watching by then.
Okay.
Once Lady Gaga went on, I stopped watching.
Oh, that was the season I was talking about with Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch
Okay.
it all.
Because it's a season about a specific hotel, and I know it's based off something around LA. So
Well, maybe I'll watch it.
It might be that hotel.
Because I heard a podcast about that hotel, and then my boyfriend was like, "Hey, there's this show. We should watch it." And then as we were watching, I was like, "This sounds familiar." I was like, "Oh, I listened to a podcast about this show," but it had to do with this Asian girl that went to visit. She's from Canada, and she was like in her early 20s. She went to go from Canada. She wanted to do a LA trip, like start from LA and then work her way up. So she went and she stayed at this hotel, but that hotel was very run down. It was like a street over from Skid Row. Like it was just it was kind of hostel-y. Like the room she stayed in at first was like a hostel type of room. And then her roommate started complaining about her. So then they moved her to her own room. But she was just like, they have video of her in the elevator. That's like the most popular thing. So maybe you'll know that. They have video of her in an elevator and she's being weird. Like the elevator door isn't closing and she's moving from side to side, like doing a square dance in the elevator. And then she walks out of the elevator and she's making weird movements with her hand, but nobody's there. And she's just acting super weird. And then she goes missing and they can't find her.
I have heard of this. That whole elevator thing.
Familiar.
She's like never heard about again, right?
Yeah, they can't find her. They bring her parents got worried because she would talk to her parents every day. And then her parents didn't hear from her for a while. And they're up in Canada and she's in LA. So then they get the police involved. And the police go looking for her. They can't find her. Bring the dogs in the hotel. They can't find her. And then this couple from like London is staying there. And they're also interviewing them in the documentary. And they were telling about in their interview about their stay there. And they said that one day they were like rinsing their face or something and the water was really brown and they were like what's going on? So then they go complain and the hotel was getting a lot of complaints about the water being brown, so they send the like maintenance guy to go check the water tank and the girl was drowned in there in the water tank. And that's how they found her body. And they were kind of like, did she murder herself? Like, was it a suicide? Did somebody murder her? Did someone get her in the tank? Like, what happened? They were trying to figure it out. And the documentary is like about like, what's it called? Just like all these YouTubers and all these social media people that try to get involved in it and try to figure out her murder before like the actual police are. So everyone's like claiming things and making their conspiracy theories, and like it was crazy. I was like, geez, those conspiracy theories will take you down a rabbit hole and be like, make you believe it. So it was scary.
Weird.
That's what got me into podcasts, murder stories. I would
True
listen
crime?
to a lot of that stuff.
Have you listened to Sword and Scale?
Understandable.
It's a really good podcast.
Sort and Scale?
Sword and Scale, yeah.
Huh.
It's
Like
one of my
a true crime podcast.
It's one of my favorite true crime podcasts because they like pull up news articles, they pull up like voice recordings, all that, and they really go deep with the stories. And I think he records like a month in advance for each episode just to like research and stay ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really good. You should check out that one.
Yeah. I haven't listened to a lot lately, but I need to get back into it.
Sometimes it's fucking hard to listen to those stories.
It's draining.
I remember I was at one of my favorite things is to be at work and listen to that podcast.
Yeah, I'll listen to it at work, but now that I'm working from home and I'm alone all the time, I'm like,
Yeah,
super freaked out.
But there was this one episode where it was like about a babysitter that had murdered the children, and I just stopped in my tracks. I'm like, I don't know why, it just hit me hard. Just like the detail it went into about how she did it, and it just hit me hard. And I was like, dude, I can't do this right now. Like I really wanted to stop working because of just how deep it was.
Have you guys seen the Gabriel Hernandez documentary on Netflix?
No.
The one of the little boy where his parents kill him?
No.
Yeah, it was like the mom who's the biological mom and then the stepdad. It was so freaking sad. I was so annoyed because my boyfriend was the one that brought it up, and I was like, yeah, let's watch it. And he fell asleep and left me watching it. And that night I binge watched it and I couldn't sleep, and I was like in shivers the whole night. I like didn't sleep and I was crying, and like I'm not a very religious person, but I stayed up the whole night crying and praying for this kid. It was the most sad story ever.
Why is it always like that with a mom and a step?
But it was so sad. They would torture this kid every day. And the teacher.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, his teacher would be the one to be reporting it. And then the social services people, or what are they called? The kids, what are they called?
Child Protective
Services.
Services.
Child Protective. They would go to the kid's house and like ask the parents.
CPS.
Yeah, but the CPS would never see the kid. They would just take the parents' word on it, like, yeah, he's fine, and they would just leave. But they would be like feeding him cat litter, wouldn't feed him, the dad would beat him up every day. When they found his body and they did a biopsy, his skull was fractured. He had so many broken ribs, like a lot of broken bones. Like, it was so sad. And it wasn't like that was the cause of death. It was he's been having these broken ribs. He's been having all these broken body parts. And I don't know what part of your body is supposed to grow as you mature. But when they did the biopsy on him, his was so tiny and never matured because of how anxious he was every day and how stressed out he was and how he couldn't even like live a normal life. So that part of him like never grew. And I was just like, oh, it was the saddest thing ever. Don't recommend, but recommend.
This is just making me angry.
Yeah.
Life's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Life's fucked up.
And I've been watching these shows every night. The TV we got comes with like channels. And it's the ID network.
Dude, the ID network is addicting.
Yeah, so there's a show we watch every night before we go to bed. It's called See No Evil.
Yep.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
We binge watch that every night. We see an episode or two. And it's so crazy. Most of the people that get murdered are women. And most of the time it's because a man tried to rape her and was not successful, so they just kill them. I feel like that's been the pattern in most of them. Like, people get killed for the stupidest reasons. Like, it's so crazy. We watched one yesterday where some guy got murdered just because they tried to steal his wallet. And they killed him. But It's so crazy why people kill. And how can you even kill somebody? That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's like a whole other fucking topic. But yeah, my parents were like they've always been addicted to that channel. The
Oh, really?
Investigative Discovery. Even before that, it was called something else. There's another. It had another name for that channel. But it's crazy to think, like, we like to think, oh, we're people, like, we're different, like, we're not like animals, right? But then you see a lot of these stories, like, no. Like, there's plenty of people out there that do crazy fucking shit that's, like, almost seems unhuman.
Yeah. This one episode we watched was a stepdad. The daughter came over to fax something on the dad's fax machine, and he shot her for the purpose of raping her dead body. He wanted to rape a dead body, so he shot his stepdaughter and raped her and recorded it and disposed of her body.
Listen, Napoleon showed me a fucked up video like a couple weeks back where I don't know what state it was in, but it was snowy and the neighbors out there, like they're the neighbors across the street, were out there talking shit to the other neighbor. That neighbor came out with his fucking handgun, shot both them, the wife and the husband. The wife's right there in the street bleeding out. The husband ran because he realized what was going on. That dude went back in his house, grabbed his fucking AR, walked up to the wife, finished her off, and then shot the fucking husband. When I saw that shit, I'm like, dude, they were probably just talking shit about something trivial. But
Yeah,
this man was
something
like, you know what?
stupid.
Today's the fucking day that I'm done with this shit, and killed both of them, and then walked back in his house like nothing. When I saw that shit, I'm like, dude, that's why I tell you guys, I don't need to see that shit. I know there's evil in the world. I don't need to be reminded. You know, like, don't send me that shit and don't show me it. I don't need it.
I think the reason why Andy and I watch it, it's not to be reminded that there's evil, but to be reminded that there's no fucking rhyme or reason to your death. Like, it could be something as stupid as that. Like, you're just going to fax something, and that's the last day you live, like, on this planet, as you know who you are.
And it's so
and
weird.
you don't fucking know. It's random.
This show is based off of cameras, like
CCTV.
Yeah, they solve the murder by looking at where they last were and seeing if there's a camera around there and seeing what the last things they did were. And it's just so crazy. Ever since I've been watching that show, I'm so hooked on it, but I'm so scared now. And I'm so paranoid. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, like looking around. People are so crazy. On that channel, I saw a girl went to Target to buy an anniversary gift for her boyfriend. And some guy that was there at the store was following her around. They knew it because they watched the cameras and they noticed the guy in the background. Everywhere the girl was, that guy was in the background. And when he saw that she was going to check out, he ran out to the parking lot, got his car, waited for the girl to come out, and killed her and raped her and threw her body. So now I'm just so scared all the time. I'm like panicked. I'm always like on guard now. Like,
Dude, I don't know why. As of lately, when I walk out from my girlfriend's house early in the morning when I'm about to go home to get ready for work, I just get this weird feeling like maybe I should lock my doors. Like as soon as I get in my car, you know, because I start my car and I just sit there. I'll be on social media letting the car warm up. But I'm like, maybe I should like build a habit of start locking my doors.
yeah, I'm so paranoid now. Once I jump in my car, lock it, look around. I don't even look at my phone when I'm leaving stores now. I'm like, I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
I think that's one thing though that like kind of sucks with today's day and age is because all that. Like, seeing those cases is so easy, right? But the reality is, like, that happens, like, 1 out of how many millions of people?
Yeah.
You know? But it's so good at, like, getting that emotion out of you of, like, fuck, like, it could be anybody around here, you know?
Yeah.
It could be my neighbor that was willing to do that, is willing to kill someone without a fucking thought in their mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm buying a gun. I don't know.
Yeah.
How crazy the last year's been. Why not?
Yeah, you never know.
There are wild people out there will kill you literally for no reason because they're having a bad day.
Yeah. That's literally the video that I saw. That dude was just having a bad day and killed his neighbors.
But it's like, are you surprised? Like, that's our fucking history. You know, our history is fucking killing each other.
Yeah, I guess. But still so scary.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody.
Really?
Yeah. Ever since we've been watching these shows, I'm like, even looking at my boyfriend while I'm asleep. I got my eye
You
on.
ready to
Dude.
punch that dude in the face?
That's the crazy part. I feel like most of the episodes I see, it's like the boyfriend or
Yeah.
the husband
Yeah.
that like does it. It's not even like,
That just cracks.
yeah, or that's what's weird. It's like, did they just snap or was that always there?
Yeah.
You know, or
That's
they-
always the question, right?
Yeah, like was that always in them?
Yeah.
That,
How
like-
much of this manifested and how much was this just... This dude was just
Snapped.
ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what scares me. Like, this is the thing. I love horror movies. So, not a lot of things scare me. And it's because a lot of the horror movies are, like, they're not real. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But what scares me is the whole scenario of, like, you know, the significant other, like, the wife snaps and kills the husband. Because I'm like, dude, that shit is real. That could
Yeah.
really happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I might think I know this person, but one day... I left one too many dishes out on the table that was dirty, and she just said, "Fuck this! I'm killing this motherfucker."
Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
I'm going to
And-
collect his life insurance.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't know, like
Oh
you,
my
Yeah.
you
gosh.
can't see that coming.
Dude, there's sometimes I wake... There's times when I was younger when I would wake up and I would just like... I would just be... I don't know, just terrified at the idea that... Do I truly know the people that are around me? You know, like...
That's the question,
Like
right?
down to their like core. Do I know what decision they would make if I was them? I doubt that I do. You know, the people I grew up with, like family or friends, it's just like, do I know them? Probably not. And that's a very sad thought if you really dive deep into it. But yeah,
I think it's just because I don't want to go too much into like fucking religion and stuff, but we are still animals. You know what I mean? We are still of this earth. We still are similar to these other animals. All the shit we do is shit that animals do. Animals kill for fun. Fucking cats do that. Cats are like psychopaths. You know, they literally play with their prey.
sociopaths, dude.
Yeah. And for some reason we like to think like, nah, we're different.
Yeah.
Like we're different. We don't kill.
James, I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like every other boyfriend that I've had, I've known them from high school, or like I know their background, I know who their friends are, I know who their family is. But my boyfriend that I'm dating now is someone that I just met out of randomness. Like I don't know any of their family. I don't know any of their friends. I didn't grow up with them. Like I don't know anybody they went to school with. So it's like literally fresh, like brand new. And that's who I'm most afraid of. Like, he's going to kill me.
This is the guy.
I don't worry about that just because I know I could take my girlfriend. If she tried to, I know I
Okay,
could
it's
square up with
different.
her.
I'm 5 foot and my boyfriend's like 6'4".
Buy a
I
gun.
can't
Oh,
take
shit.
him.
Buy
Yeah.
a gun.
I know I could take my girlfriend, bro. She tried to kill me, I'll put up a fight.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Like,
You don't know any other background.
there's a whole other level of trust to that.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't like, yeah, because the people you grow up with, like, you see
You
them
went to
through-
school with them for years. At least you know a friend who knows a friend. But this
Mhm.
person,
You have no clue.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Oh, look at this fucking guy.
Good
30
man.
minutes later.
Jesus, bro.
Is
You're
your
all right.
butthole okay?
Yeah.
It's holding that in forever.
You got chili ring or what?
I was going to ask you if you want to get food after this, but I
That's
guess
pretty bad.
not.
Yeah, maybe not, bro. Our plumbing can only take so much.
I think what it is because, like, since I got my bottom braces,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't really eat anything. So, like, when I ate today, it, like, kind of killed me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I
What did
just
you eat
like
today?
Cheez-Its.
Are you just not digesting as well?
I literally just ate Cheez-Its. No,
That's
I just
all you
I-
ate today?
Yeah,
It was the wine.
that
Cleaned
too,
you out.
maybe.
Dude, coffee always fucks me up, man.
Caffeine. yeah.
Caffeine.
Yeah, coffee.
Caffeine.
I got a coffee yesterday, and that shit was like,
You guys don't drink coffee every day?
no, I don't.
I get energy drinks, which I know ain't better, but
I try not to drink caffeine,
I drink coffee every day, so I do it every day.
so you're addicted.
I'm not addicted. I just get a migraine when I don't drink it. But
Okay, then
That's
that's
addiction.
addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your day bad if you don't drink it?
I
Okay,
just crave
that's
it.
addiction. That's addiction.
I've just always been scared to get to that point where it's like, if I don't have my coffee, I'm gonna have a headache. I don't want that.
Yeah, me neither. Coffee, caffeine fucks me up, dude.
So, but that's the thing though. My tolerance is so low. You know what's funny? You know how once weed became legal in our state, like shit just got crazy, right? Like shit just got stronger and stronger, and now you could smoke some shit that back in the day would fucking blow people's minds. I feel like it's similar to coffee. I feel like coffee has gotten like very popular this last decade. So because of that, like there's just some crazy strong fucking coffee out there. And
the Vietnamese coffee, that is like crack.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. And there's times where I'll order a coffee and I don't know what the fuck I'm ordering because I don't drink coffee all that often. And I'm just like, I swear I'm like fucking vibrating.
That's me on Vietnamese coffee.
Yeah. That's me on just like,
I feel like I'm having a heart attack.
Caffeine's a drug,
Yeah.
dude. It's a drug.
I don't like that.
Drug, dude.
I
It's a fucking
don't
drug.
even know. Because I got a coffee yesterday just to stay up for one of my night classes. And I was just like, I was in here. The window was open. It was cold outside. And I was just fucking sweating.
Yeah, caffeine
Like,
does that to
Jesus,
you.
this fucking coffee
There's-
fucks me up.
There's some energy drinks where I have, and I'm just like, man, I'm fucking hot like this.
Yeah.
This
I
thing's
can't drink energy drinks because that's how I feel. I feel like
Mm.
I'm having a heart attack. I'm so
Mhm.
sweaty. I'm like,
Yeah.
just so freaking out.
Honestly, the last time I had an energy drink, I was driving out to Phoenix and I was like really tired because late at night. So I'm like, oh, let me drink this energy drink. I still felt tired. I was just fucking shaking. That was the only difference. I didn't feel
That's
more
the
awake.
thing, dude. That's why I hate caffeine. It
Yeah.
makes my heart pump harder, but like I'm still like, like ding, 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 ding,
Fucking
ding.
caffeine, man.
But man,
Yep.
Andy, welcome back.
thank you.
How was
Sorry I had to deal with that.
you all right?
Yeah.
Dude, I thought you were gonna come down.
No, I was like all day today. I was contemplating like, damn, do I gotta fucking like smoothie my food? Because like my teeth.
Do
are
they
so
hurt?
bad.
That sucks.
My bottom
man.
teeth like have a lot of shifting to do.
Mm.
So like even when they placed them, like an hour after, they would start hurting already.
Fuck, that sucks.
Fuck. Like I can't close my mouth all the way.
You got to stock up on fucking applesauce and pudding, bro.
Yeah, that's why I buy yogurt.
Is that why you bought yogurt? This guy
Nah,
never has
nah.
yogurt, and then all of a sudden this week you just fucking
Nah,
stocked up
that's
on
not why I
yogurt.
have yogurt.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I bought yogurt.
Convenient.
Yeah.
You know, Cindy, one thing I wanted to ask you. You said you wanted to start a podcast with your friends. What was it gonna be about?
I don't know. That was where we like got over it. But I listened, like I was telling you guys before, I was listening to a lot of murder and horror story and true crime. And then I started this reality show that I watched. One of the girls on there had a podcast, but then she was canceled.
What
So
show?
that- Vanderpump.
Vanderpump
I've
Rules?
heard of
Yeah.
it, but I haven't seen it.
Lisa.
I'm
Lisa
addicted.
Vanderpump.
Yeah. So she had her
Ex-girlfriend.
podcast.
She has her own podcast.
Yeah, but then she was canceled, and then there's this other girl that I listened to. I listen to a lot of womanly
Mm.
sex and like girl stuff.
What's that show that we talk about sometimes? Call Me Daddy. Is that what it's called?
Oh no, I don't
Oh.
listen to
Podcast,
that.
yeah.
No.
I haven't heard of that.
I've heard of that, but
You don't
I'm
like
not
it?
into that.
Why?
I
The
think they're-
girls' voices annoyed me, and they were just. I felt like I heard it too much on Twitter, and I was just like, I'm not into that.
I still haven't listened to it.
I think I understand what you're saying, but I think they're a very like big what do you call it? Like catalyst for like girl podcasters in a sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause, like I feel like I didn't hear a lot about girls listening to podcasts until that specific show came out.
I didn't know about that podcast until they had their falling out.
Oh, they're
I
not
didn't
even
know
making
that,
podcasts anymore?
Only it was a duo. Now it's just one.
Uh,
I gotta be honest. I don't. Every podcast I listen to is like male led. Like I don't think I've ever listened to a female-led podcast.
There's this podcast called Girls Gotta Eat. It's also a duo. They're pretty cool. I used to listen to them a lot. Now I don't really.
Are they funny?
Yeah, they're funny. But I'm kind of over it now. Now I'm
Mm.
listening to the other girl, Bitch Bible.
I feel like I've heard of that one.
It's just this girl. She's solo, and she's like, I feel like I have a lot in common with her. She just does her podcast by herself, goes on rants, is just a bitch, and
Is that what you kind of want to do now? So I know you're saying,
I don't feel
like-
I have the guts.
You know what? I'm gonna add that one
Why?
right now.
I'm just shy.
The good thing with a podcast is like you're not looking anybody in the face.
Yeah.
You know, like you just.
But then I'll be scared once I upload. I said too much.
Nah.
Is it that one?
We
The
say
second
too
one?
much all the time.
The second one. yeah.
I'm definitely very disconnected from this whole process, which I think works for me. Like I know we talk that we have listeners
In India.
in India, a lot in India.
India.
Shout out to India. But like it's almost like a rumor to me. You know what I mean? Like I still, when we come here, I still feel like no one's listening, and like we're just
Yeah.
shooting
True.
shit.
True.
But I don't know if I would have that feeling if I was the one uploading and like listening.
It's only
through it.
yourself.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that you can get attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm very like disconnected from. Like I said, like I would, because I normally listen to podcasts when I drive, and then because of the pandemic, I'm obviously driving a lot less, so I'm not really listening. So like I don't know what the fuck I say. You know, I don't remember what I said in the last episode, and that works for me.
I don't remember when the last episode was.
I remember that much at least.
Yeah,
No, but it's
yeah.
good. Like I don't know. A lot of the times, like these podcasters are famous. Quotations. It's just because they are who they are, right?
Mm.
Like I feel like that's it. If you want to create a podcast, just be who you are.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
True.
that's what we are. Like we don't expect. We don't have like crazy expectations, you know. Like 'cause at the end of the day, we do this just because like
For fun.
like for fun. We get together and like
Yeah.
we just talk about shit that we care about.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the funny part. Like I definitely don't feel like any of us are like putting on a persona for the podcast. We're not like, all right, it's podcast time and we're gonna like act different.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But a friend's current boyfriend listened to an episode and said like, oh, I feel like they're just saying that for the podcast. And I'm like, what? Like, then you just don't know us. Like that's just us.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
I haven't felt that way listening to you guys. I feel like you guys are okay being cheesy and being like funny and
Yeah.
just like talking how you would normally talk. You're not being like people are listening.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think that was definitely something that I wanted. I didn't want this to feel like work. Like feel like, all right, I got to like do this. You
Yeah.
know? I wanted this to feel like, I don't know, we're just fucking hanging out.
Normal.
I'm fucking dreading the day that I re-listen like the first couple episodes. I'm like, I know I said something stupid. I know for damn sure.
You guys don't listen to your own podcast?
I used
We
to
do.
until the pandemic started.
Listen, I edit the podcast and I don't even re-listen to them.
Really?
In my mind, I'm like, I'll just edit it and then I'll figure
Shoot
out
out.
where we started, where we ended, upload it. And
But
just-
like that's the thing, even when I would listen to it, like I'm still taking this as like I'm just listening to our last conversation and like it's fucking funny. I don't know, like
yeah,
I don't take it as like I feel like I still have some bit of anonymity, and I think that's why. I don't take it as like I'm putting this out and I'm like marketing myself as like this is me, which might not be healthy, but that works. Yeah, like
Yeah, I don't feel pressure at all.
yeah.
I feel like when my friends and I were talking about it, we did a voice record one day. And like she sent it to us and I was like cringe. I couldn't even listen to the whole thing. I was like, ugh, how annoying is my voice? I was like, I cannot do this.
yeah.
I think what helps, the more you record your voice and listen to your own voice, you get used to it.
The first couple
And-
episodes were hard.
For you?
Yeah.
Do you guys drink every episode?
Not every.
Not every.
Just lately, we've been drinking more.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to be drunk and record.
You'd be
Mm.
surprised.
It would be like, no, not that I'm incapable. I would just be like
Too
loose
paranoid.
lips. It's like when you're drunk and how you behave in front of people, and then the next day you wake up like, oh my gosh, what did I say?
That's why you can edit it.
True.
I feel like it just loosens you up, you know?
Yeah.
True.
I think that's why I started drinking when we started video recording. I don't know why. I just did, and then it loosens you up, and I just went into a little more carefree.
I definitely didn't start drinking until we were recording here. Before that,
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink while we were
Yeah,
recording.
because you guys would always have to come to my place.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
to drive home.
Whose cat is this?
This is his cat.
It's my cat.
Her name's
She's
Oreo.
a fucking fat.
You gotta be
pussy.
careful with her.
She's mean.
She's feisty.
She's a little feisty.
She's gonna get in the box.
She's feisty, and then the gray one that was down here, I would say she was the next feisty. And then Rico, which is my girlfriend's cat he's a black cat with a chopped ear. He's super chill, but he'll still kind of like wiggle.
This guy.
Yeah, him.
That's Rico.
But then my other cat, Mosh Pit, he's also a black cat. Dude, you could do whatever with him. Like, he trusts
The
anybody.
big fuzzy one?
Not the gray one.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I don't think he's come down. I think he's been up in my
Do
room.
they fight
I'm
each
telling
other?
you, Mosh never comes down when I'm here.
I don't know why. The only ones that don't really get along is
Them two, they start attacking right now?
them
Yeah, like-
two. Yeah, she and my other cat, the gray one, they don't get along that well, but they kind of don't fuck with each other. The issue is he likes to antagonize her.
Have they
Also
ever,
my other
have
one,
you had
too.
to break up a cat fight?
Nah,
Nah, this- it
it's
doesn't
not
get
been
to
that
that
bad.
point,
No,
yeah.
yeah, it's not that bad.
It's
It's more so just like hissing at each
Yeah.
other.
I remember when I lived with my parents, I can hear the cat fights in the middle of the night.
Oh,
They were bad.
A
Yeah,
lot of
they're
times
they're loud.
She's just vocal. Like she's not even he's not even touching
Like,
her.
there they go, they're hissing.
You see? Like he's not even but she'll make that noise, right?
she'll sound like shit's hitting the fan, but they're like fucking
Yeah.
10 feet away from each other. Rico. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Don't
Never
get cat.
had a cat.
Don't get cats. No, I'm kidding. Get cats.
I agree. I disagree. I think cats are fucking
Nah, I get
awesome,
cats, yeah.
man. I've always been a dog person. I'll always be a dog person, but I've realized that like there will probably be points in my life where I won't get a dog just because I'm like, like now is not the time to get a dog. But I don't think I'll ever feel that way for a cat.
Because cats are more chill and you don't have to like be as active as
They're
with a dog.
far
Yep.
more independent.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You just leave food out for them.
Because like for instance, if I live in an apartment, I wouldn't get a big dog, right?
Yeah.
A cat, it doesn't fucking matter where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be.
But
be
don't
chill.
cats run away a lot?
I don't know. I mean, our cats are just indoor. But
I feel
even,
like at my parents' house there would be a lot of stray cats walking around.
I think it's not so much that they're people's cats. I know that stray cats are like an issue. It's just because they reproduce like crazy, and a lot of people don't fix their cats like how they do with dogs. Like dogs, most people are gonna have their dogs fixed, unless for a specific reason. But cats, a lot of people don't fix their cats. I don't know why. Rico.
See ya.
You know
Well,
what sounds good right now?
but
Wingstop.
that does sound good right now.
Super hungry.
Good.
That does sound good right now.
I'm like
This is normally what happens. We get super hungry after an episode.
borderline starving.
After the diarrhea?
That don't
Yeah.
stop him. This guy's a monster.
Yeah, nah, that diarrhea.
Was it diarrhea?
Yeah. It hurt.
It hurt.
Do you and your girlfriend have fart issues?
What do you mean fart issues?
Like, does she care if you fart? Do you care if she farts?
You're asking the right guy that question. I don't give a fuck about farts. Like,
Okay.
I don't care. She's self-conscious about him. She will not fart in front of me. Why? Are you that way? Do you feel that
No.
way? Okay. I don't understand that. It's like everybody
I was
farts.
at the beginning, but now that we live together, even before we lived together, I feel like before we lived together, we would do it, but no comment. Now that we do it, we like talk trash on each other, like, go wipe your ass right now.
That ain't
Nah,
shit.
us, like,
Oh
she
my
literally,
gosh.
she literally fucking learned that today. Fucking Oreo. She,
That was crazy.
I take pride in my farts. I would like to share
Can't
that
get
to
down,
all
though.
listeners. I could definitely make like sound bites with my farts.
Yeah.
Like they're
Depending on what face you made. Oh yeah.
they don't
definitely.
there's times where I'm even like, did that even really come out of me? Like that didn't sound real. Like that sounded like a video. You know what I mean?
My favorite thing in the world is to fart, because mine are silent. Mine is to fart and just wait and watch
Till
to see
someone-
my girlfriend's reaction. You know, because she's one of the like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know,
That's the thing.
Fucking freak out.
That's the only time. Like, there's been days where like I'm like gassy and I annoy her because they're a little smelly. She's just like, please, please, just do this outside. Like, I don't want any more of this.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's farts are not smelly at all. Sometimes they're quiet, sometimes they're snappy. But
Snappy.
mine are smelly.
Mine are always fairly loud, but sometimes like there's times where I gross myself out. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Huh.
Just like straight sulfur.
Disgusting. Fucking vampire.
I've been better though. This last couple of years, I've been better.
I would agree. You used to fart all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drink all.
Yeah, there's one more.
Are you sure about that?
I live here.
I'm talking about because of your butthole, not because
Oh,
of...
that's a good point.
It'll be fine tomorrow.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You're gonna be ready to take a thumb or what?
Every day.
Is this? Feel free not to answer, but.
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah, never mind.
No.
I'll keep it to myself. Does your boyfriend like butt stuff? Like to him?
No.
He doesn't?
No.
Huh. Interesting.
I always do over the pant random, like, haha, like...
Like fucking
Uh-huh.
Japanese shit, like.
No, I'll just do, like, I'll be walking by and I'll do the thumb in the butt, and he'll be, like, squeezing, stop that. He's
Okay. I mean,
not having it.
Ha
there's difference, between.
Have you had the
consensual-
conversation?
Yeah, he's completely no.
Not up for it. Interesting.
But I lean it towards, like, because of the podcast I listen to, that they're, like, women talking about sex, and they
Mhm.
bring that up, that, like, oh, men like butt stuff. So then I bring
But-
it up to him, do you like butt stuff? No.
They just
not
don't want to
at
admit it.
all.
They
Has he
wanna-
tried it?
I doubt it, but
There you
still,
go.
I'm not even that interested. Ugh, that's gross.
What?
Why?
It's just a butt.
Me doing stuff to his butt? No.
Oh,
That
you're
is an exit zone, not an entry.
You're still playing in the sandbox.
Man, you don't even like hugs, of course.
Damn, bro, he got you there.
Oh man.
That's
You
why.
got me there.
God gave us holes to enjoy them.
No, not me.
Not me.
It's respectable. Everyone's into their own things.
Man, he's gonna listen to this podcast in full volume. He's like, please just agree.
Oh my god.
Just one time.
I told him, I was like, are you going to listen? And he's like, if you want me to. I'm like, okay. I'll tell you after.
Nice.
I don't think we've said anything.
We've said worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've said worse.
probably.
So I'm assuming you're into the butt stuff.
Is that a blanket statement to just me, or is that a statement directed? just to
Maybe
me?
everybody, because everyone was...
I've had a finger in my ass.
I say don't knock it till you try it. And I was one. I was
Like
one of those
pegging?
guys. I was one of those guys. I was like, no, never. You'll never be around my butt.
This isn't gonna be one of those episodes that isn't gonna air, right? Let's not go down this road too deep.
We can.
I believe that this life is the only life you live. Okay.
This dude said butt play is A-OK one time on one of the episodes. So.
Me?
Yeah.
It is.
I believe this is the only
So
life you
you've
live.
been pegged.
I believe this is the only life you live. Experience everything this life has to offer. You know? I'll leave it at that.
Oh my god.
I'll leave it at that.
Listen,
I'll
it was
let-
unexpected.
You
I'll
need
let
to
the
stop looking at me with
listeners-
those eyes,
For me,
bro.
it was
Like, what's going on
For
here?
me, it was like, I was fucking hammered. It happened. I was like, man, this is not that bad. It might have been because I was hammered. I was like, I just accepted it.
I think there's a certain level of horniness that you reach that your guard goes down.
Oh, she can get down.
Cool.
She thought about it for a while. I was watching.
Yeah.
What you're willing to accept becomes a lot more open. And those are beautiful moments, you know? No shut up. You gotta go out of your comfort zone in this life.
Yeah, Cindy, take a hug every now and then. I want a hug. Huh?
No.
Your friends just love you. That's it.
Yeah.
Accept
My
your
friends and I
love.
just learned last weekend to communicate.
What
What
do
does
you
that mean?
Like,
Y'all weren't speaking the same language, or?
when we fight, we don't talk.
Oh,
Then this last time, we're
yeah,
like,
that's not healthy.
this is our problem. Let's all talk. We had to have a little meeting, and like,
Did it make things like
it did.
better?
Yeah. But it was still hard to do.
Honestly, like when I learned that, it was such a powerful moment. Like if something bothers me, I'm gonna just say it. It fixes a lot of issues.
No, I am so bad with communication. Like,
Mm.
and it's annoying because when I'm fighting with my boyfriend, I don't want to talk to him, and I just want to I just need space. I don't want to speak. Don't talk to me. But he is like, no, let's talk about it right now. And let's
work
figure
through
it out.
it.
Yeah. And then he starts. If we want to text fight, I'm all for text fighting. But if you want to talk to me in person, I'm just gonna cry, and I'm not gonna talk to you.
Tears, bro. Tears.
Damn, that
There's no winning.
it's taken a lot of patience for me to learn how to deal with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Some
Mhm.
people, that's just how they like to deal with conflict. They need time to like digest it, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's
it's
me.
definitely taken me some time to learn that, because I'm that way. I'm like, let's fucking work this out right now. Let's like get through it so it's done with.
Not only do I need time, let me text it to you why I'm upset. Because then I can get it all out there why I'm mad at you. Then I'll let you know. If you want to talk to me in person and talk things out, I'm not going to say a word. And I'm just going to not talk to you. And my
That's
boyfriend
very
hates
unhealthy.
that about me.
That's very unhealthy, I think.
I don't like to speak in person because if I try to say my feelings, I start
just get
to
emotional.
cry. And then I can't get anything out because I'm like, and I can't even speak. So I'm like, just text me and I'll let you know what's wrong.
I mean, if that's what works for you, you know? Whatever helps you communicate better.
Just gotta do it more often.
The only thing I think about is like, what about like 20 years ago when texting wasn't a thing? What if you're around then? What would you do? Would you be writing them a fucking letter?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
In high school, that's what I would do with my mom. Every time something was wrong, I would write her a letter and say how
Really?
I felt.
I don't get women, man. I
Interesting.
don't get that. I don't get that. Because, you know, men ain't writing no letters to their mom when they're pissing them off. I hate you, Mom.
Yeah, you guys just punch stuff.
What the fuck, Mom? Shut up.
Okay, I would never tell my mom I hit her. Mom, if you're listening to this, I love you so much.
Simp.
But I wasn't. I'm a simp for my mom. I feel like that's a specific type of guy that just punches stuff. That's a fucking Kyle, just punching.
Kyle?
Yeah, and that's just punching holes in drywall.
Fuck yeah.
It's a Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like women have Karens, guys have
Kyle.
Kyles. Yeah.
I dated a Kyle once. I don't think he would punch walls.
He didn't punch walls.
You didn't know him good enough.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
think
know
I
that.
did.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his room?
No.
That's it.
Probably full of holes.
Probably full of unfolded covers. His bed is just so messed. And his carpet is ugly.
What?
Bacon.
Damn, Andy.
Just saying.
It's got
I don't like
specific-
Kyle's.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever knew a Kyle.
Anyway, moms.
Yeah.
You lost it.
My mom never really like pissed me off where I had to like write my feelings or like tell her like, Mom, you're pissing me off right now.
What about you, big boy?
Can't say the same. I wasn't disrespectful, but I was just like, like sometimes moms impede in your life too much.
I would agree.
Our moms are very different though. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
I could sympathize.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, your mom is something special, Andy.
it was just like, like
She's
I understand
very-
she cares.
She's very outgoing.
She
cares.
cares.
Yeah.
She cares a lot,
Yeah.
but it's just like,
She ain't afraid to tell you what she thinks.
You know the Instagram
Life.
page Foo's Gone Wild? I feel like your mom would fit on that.
Just who's going wild?
Yeah.
Like just telling someone off or
Yeah.
Isn't it just memes?
Huh? No.
who's going wild? A
That's
lot of
videos.
videos. I think that's the thing, man. Your mom, like, she won't take shit, dude. So she's probably just fucking telling you what you need to hear, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm like half of you. I don't take shit either. You want to go? Let's go right now.
That's true.
Box outside.
Square up.
Gosh. You want a box?
Have you ever been in a fight?
I'll destroy her.
No.
Verbal.
But you
but
never punched someone.
No, I've never. Oh, actually. I punched a guy once, but I was blacked out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know the reason why?
Yeah, because I had a Halloween party one year, and it was at my house. And I was outside, like, watering some girl's throw up off my sidewalk. And then I come back inside, and then two guys are fighting. But one of the guys was my friend, and the other guy was just my friend's boyfriend. So I didn't really care about him. So then he just started being weird, and I was just, like, telling him to leave, wouldn't leave. And then all the guys just started fighting outside of my house on my front lawn. And my parents, this was the first party that I had, and my dad warned me, like, there better not be any fights. I don't want to hear it.
Were your
I'm gonna
parents
be in
home?
bed. Yeah.
What
It
the
was
fuck?
late. It was like 1 a.m, and everyone in my house was asleep. And so, yeah, all the guys are just fighting in the front, and then my dad comes out all pissed off, and then I'm like, knock it off, my dad's here, like my dad. And then one of the guys said, F your dad. I don't give a F about you or your dad. So then I just socked him.
In the face?
Yeah. And then
How did it feel?
I don't remember socking
Oh,
him. That
you
was the
blacked
most
out,
annoying.
huh?
It was so annoying because that night I didn't even want to drink that much because I was like, this is my house, just in case anything happens. I don't want to be trashed. So I like didn't even drink. Maybe I had a shot. Maybe I sipped on a beer. Like I wasn't even like that trash. So when it happened, this is the first time that I experienced blacking out without being mad or without being drunk. I just like don't even remember punching him until the next day. I remember like I punched him. Well, I don't remember, but I guess I punched him, and then I don't know what he did, and then my cousin grabbed him and started punching him, and then all the guys like dogpiled on top of me, and I was like just kicking like, and then all I remember is like reaching a hand out and my dad like pulling me out of the dog pile.
What the fuck,
Holy
Sydney? Who are you?
I don't know, and I didn't remember
TFTI. This sounds
Yeah,
fun.
What the fuck?
And I didn't remember. And then the next day, my friends were like, do you remember when you punched blah, blah, blah? And I was like, did I? They're like, you did. I was like, I don't even remember that. And it's so weird because I wasn't drunk. And I don't remember doing that. So it's like maybe when you just see red and you just don't remember.
There's a lot of controversial shit that happens at my house when we have parties, but never fights like that.
Yeah, I'm
I
like, this
fucking
is
wish.
I live across the street from you.
Like
this-
on the
Oh,
other
really?
Yeah.
main street.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought so.
I
I think
was
I've
like,
seen you. I think
This
you
is a
used to drive that.
respectful neighborhood. Get out.
I think I used to see you drive that piece of shit bug that you're talking about.
Probably.
earlier.
You used to have a bug?
3 of them. I had one after the other after the other.
What, after the second one, you're like, maybe this car's a piece of shit. Maybe I shouldn't buy
No,
this.
the old one was like a used 2002 off of Craigslist, and then I got one from a dealership, which was 2013. And then I went to the dealership to get an oil change on the 2013, and then I saw like a convertible, sparkly new one, and I went alone, so I was attacked by dealership guys, and they convinced me to buy it.
Oh, man. That's where you
Damn.
fucked up.
Yep,
What are you driving now?
a Jeep, a
Oh.
Wrangler.
It's not even better.
What? I love that car.
What year?
2019.
You got a 2019 Jeep Wrangler? Fuck these two. You have a 2019 Jeep Wrangler?
Jeeps
much
are
did that thing
pieces of
cost you?
shit. No offense.
Are
I'm sorry.
Ignore
I'm
him.
sorry.
How much did that cost
It's
you?
how I met my boyfriend, so I love the car.
Okay. Sentimental
like-
value.
Do you love the car because of that memory, or do you love the car because it's a car and it
Doesn't it handle like terribly?
What does that
My
mean?
aunt has a new Jeep and like it's just the most uncomfortable thing to drive or ride
That's what
in.
people say, but I'm like, how is it uncomfortable? I leave my
I feel
seat
like that was
and
an
do it.
old stigma.
I
About
definitely
Jeeps.
feel. I could tell when I'm in a Jeep. You could blindfold me, put me in, take me around the block. I'm like, I'm in a fucking Jeep.
I get that from Dodge trucks. Everyone
Dodge
loves
too.
Everyone loves Dodge trucks. You sit in the back seat of a Dodge truck, the suspension in that thing's fucking terrible. I don't care what you say. You're gonna be over there fucking. You're gonna need a chiropractor after you're done driving that fucking thing.
Do you go like outdoorsy? Or, like, are you-
No, it's just for the vibe.
The vibe.
just for the image.
California girl.
I don't
With her
know when that
Jeep
became a
Wrangler,
thing.
Doors
Like,
off.
it's funny because like my grandpa was like he really liked Jeeps. So like me, I'm like that's like an old person brand. And then all of a
Really?
sudden, like California girls hopped on the Jeep.
I felt like it's
bandwagon.
always been a California thing since freaking Clueless.
Clueless.
I
She
don't
drove a
know.
Jeep.
I never like
Who the fuck
until
is
maybe
that?
these.
Cher, the movie Clueless. Cher, the main character, she drove a Jeep Wrangler.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking
I
I
know
think-
the movie,
Reese
but
Witherspoon. Right? No, not Reese Witherspoon.
No, that's Legally Blonde.
Yeah. it's
I don't know. All I know is like up through high school, I did not hear a single girl be like, "Oh my god, I want a Jeep so bad," or like, "Oh, I got a Jeep, I'm so happy," or like,
Well, that's because Jeeps are fucking expensive. Jeep Wranglers, there's no rebates for them. There's no like deductions, nothing. They're 40 grand regardless.
I don't know. I never heard girl like. Did you feel that way in high school? Like, like Jeeps are cool.
I always thought they were cool, yeah.
Really interesting.
I knew a few of
I
them
just
that
never
like
thought
Jeeps.
it was
Yeah.
attainable.
Might just be in like the.
like a-
It
it's like
might
a-
just be another thing I'm oblivious to.
I always liked bigger cars. I remember when I was younger, I wanted a Hummer.
Oh Lord.
Jesus.
And I was like, I thought it would just be hilarious,
I want a
me
Hummer.
jumping out of a Hummer
my
being
God. I
like
want a
so
Hummer.
tiny, and then
It'd be
the
cool to have a Hummer.
Hummer's huge.
There's
I
such
never
a like
thought Hummers
stereotype
were
to
cool.
Hummer drivers.
I know it's been like stupid people drive Hummers, but I
Hummers
always
are
thought they
dope.
were cool.
Hummers are dope.
Really?
I would say Hummers are
What?
dope. Yeah.
I
What?
always thought Hummers are douchey.
Yeah, I can
Always.
see that.
Like
But-
if like if I met someone like, oh, I drive a Hummer, I'm like, I
Okay, now
immediately judged
because
you.
who drives a Hummer now? But
Even back then, and like when were they big? Like fucking 2008,
rap videos?
2009. Yeah.
Rap videos.
I would have a Hummer though.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
I don't
Dude,
know.
that's what
just
you
fucking-
say until you're paying gas every other hour.
It's fine. I got
Yeah.
a Hummer.
Yeah.
All right, but then again, I'm a Japanese car fanboy.
I've always liked bigger, like thick cars. Like I wanted
Dummy
a.
thick. You
It's
want
called
like
a
Challenger
Volkswagen
or-
thing, an old car.
Or is
Like
it
It's
drugs?
literally called a thing.
it's called the thing, and I wanted that car forever. I would tell my boyfriend, I was like, I would trade my car in for that car,
Look this up.
even if it's old. I'll learn how to drive stick. I want that car.
Wow.
Volkswagen thing.
Watching that even be a thing.
It's a thing.
Let's see. Volkswagen thing.
Is it fucking ugly,
Oh,
Cindy?
ew! It's like a
it
fucking
ugly?
safari car.
Yeah.
Is it ugly?
Why do you want one of those?
I think they're
You've seen
so
'em.
cute.
You've seen them. This is like, this is literally a
This-
safari
that's
car.
That's
I'm pretty sure I saw this in like The Mummy, bro.
I almost
Yeah.
threw up when I saw that.
Oh my god!
You know what? I would rather. I will say,
you would trade your car right now for that
You-
fucking thing.
Mhm.
I would take a Jeep Wrangler over this.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
this is definitely better than a PT Cruiser. If you drive a PT
Oh
Cruiser,
my god.
do you not
Really,
realize
Michael
your car
Scott?
is fucking ugly? Yeah, your car literally looks like a beetle. Like,
I had a Beetle.
but like a beetle doesn't look like a beetle. You know what I mean? Like a beetle looks like a roly poly. A PT Cruiser looks like an ugly fucking insect, like an ugly beetle. And I mean like a real beetle, like an insect.
You remember
beetle.
those ugly ass trucks Chevy made? That they just looked weird.
where the fender like didn't connect to the hood of the car?
Yeah.
It was like, was it Chevy or was it Chrysler?
It was Chevy. Chevy made some ugly ass trucks at one point. It's like
It was Chevy.
it was on like it was a Corvette axle, I believe, if I'm
Was it?
not mistaken.
Oh, here we go. Are you talking about these?
Yeah, those
Ew,
fucking things.
Those
Yeah, let's
are
see what-
gross.
Who bought those things? What was it
Well,
called?
There was those.
what was it called?
That looks like a roly poly the show car.
I don't even. It doesn't even have the name for the caption. It just says ugly truck.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Uh,
Those things were fucking hideous, and people still drive those.
I think SSR. That's weird. That's called SSR.
Why do they steer towards SS and all that shit? Like, should we?
Well,
leave that-
SSR isn't that
Or it's. I think it's the name as
the
well.
SSR that's like a type of survey you take for your mental health.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Shows how much of a fucking simpleton I am. I don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
I think, unless I'm confusing it with something else. But yeah, it's the Chevy SSR.
Well, they're ugly fucking trucks.
Yeah,
I'll,
those
I'll
are
tell you
pretty
that.
fucking
Yeah,
ugly.
Oh no, you're fine.
I would definitely say they're uglier than PT Cruisers.
they are or aren't.
Are,
Yeah, PT Cruisers.
but like
I don't
it's
see how you just
it's
like talk
close.
yourself into getting like a PT Cruiser.
Yeah, like what the fuck? My cousin had a PT Cruiser. Fucking hate her ever since.
Oh my God.
yeah, it's a psychology thing.
I
That's
knew I
funny.
didn't fucking like you.
All makes sense now.
Yeah,
It's all come
there-
together.
That was like the final puzzle piece.
The final straw.
Yeah, blood don't
Blood don't mean shit.
blood doesn't mean shit.
All right, fuckers. Are we ready to wrap this up? Because
How long have we been going?
this is our longest podcast to date.
Like over
You're
2 hours,
lying.
right?
How
guess. I ain't gonna let you see.
If it's the longest to
Cindy,
date, it has to
cheater.
be over 3 hours.
So what do you think it is?
3:02.
To the minute. Give me the minute.
3:27.
Huh?
3:13.
3:27.
3:02.
3:52.
Fuck.
Well, I was closer.
You're lying. We're almost on 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's because Andy took a dump.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't even notice it was 11.
I need to take a dump.
Dude,
Dude,
we
I-
started at like what?
I
Like
swear to God, it was like
7,
9
right?
o'clock just
Holy
2 hours
fuck.
ago.
Whoever's still listening to this,
True.
you got to do something with your time.
Mom, don't listen to him, okay? You keep listening.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ, man! 4 fucking hours. What have you even been talking about?
You know how I felt like it's been a long time?
Because of your dump?
I'm a little blasted. I'm a little blasted.
Are you?
Oh, you
it's-
drank
know
all
what?
of those Trulies.
At one point,
Oh, I
I
should
was a little slushy.
Let me say this. I know it's been a long time because I feel like I'm sober now, and I definitely didn't start this episode sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say the same.
Yeah, I was slushy at one point, but I'm good now.
Maybe I didn't drink enough.
What the fuck, Cindy? God damn it.
You should have brought the wine bottle down.
It's
Bro,
your
we went
bottle
to the
of
let me,
wine.
let me say this. Let me say this. We went through a whole case. Here's our drinks. And there's the rest of them, bro. And we finished the case.
You had one. You had 2 and a half.
3.
I would say the wine counts for like 2 Trulies.
Yeah. 3. You had 3. Not enough. At the end of the day, not enough.
I have failed you.
You did.
Yeah, we better kill that bottle.
Dr. Xavier.
Before we go, Cindy, is there any other questions you have for podcasting or I don't know, anything like that?
Not at the moment, no. But this has been more of a push to want to do one.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's more of a reason for you to meet up with your friends and
Yeah.
just shoot the shit.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. That's one thing I do appreciate. It's given us a reason to see each other once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't even see this guy if it wasn't for this.
Just busy, you know. Not busy, but whatever.
But yeah, I'm down to wrap this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have gone way too long.
Cindy, would you like to say goodbye to the people?
On video?
Yeah. Video
And
recording,
recording.
whatever
Shout
it
out-
is. Yeah.
Shout out
just
whoever
say
you
bye.
want. Shout out
Yeah.
friends, family.
Oh, no shout out, but
Oh, is that
thanks
like,
for
is that-
listening,
Is that like
India.
equivalent to a hug? Like you can't shout
Oh
out people
my
out. 'cause it's
God.
like a hug?
No. Well, thanks for having me on, guys. That was nice of y'all.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We should do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I hope one day we're on your podcast.
Yeah,
That
when
too?
that takes
Ooh.
off.
That too.
When that
That's
happens.
I will say I got an idea. I really hope whoever's in charge of putting together the high school reunion does it, and we should record an episode at our high school reunion.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Be loud as
Are
fuck.
those
but-
even really a thing?
I don't know.
But
I
if they
have
are?
no idea.
I understand that.
Like, who
I
puts those
understand that.
together?
Yeah,
I don't
understand
know.
that thought.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Because I don't know either.
I'm not putting that shit together.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't care about those people.
Me neither. But if
But
they
I'll go
invite
for the
me-
cheese man.
if they invite me, I'll go.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, hopefully we'll have an episode on it'll be your podcast, you know.
yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be
Or
cool.
we can do a Drunk Love 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be 2, right?
I thought we've done 2.
Have we?
Yeah, it'll be 3.
Yeah, I think it'll be a third one. Cuz the first one technically was with Daniel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Dotson.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
I just dropped his full name.
I
You
I
say
feel like
that
we've
every
said it.
time you
I
do,
feel like-
and then you say that every time you do.
Oh, really?
This guy's fucking.
I'm in a fucking
Stupid
time
anyway.
loop. Dirty Dan?
Yeah, maybe it is 3.
Yeah, we're not
But we
closing
just
any
named it
opportunities.
something differently. Something different.
The first one was just love, I think.
Yeah.
And then the
something like
last one
that.
we did, we called it Drunk
Will
Love.
you leave her alone, bro?
Checking her teeth, dude.
Jesus.
Doesn't she look buff? She looks like she's fucking flexing all the time. Like she's like walking around like.
She's had a tooth pulled out. That's why I'm just checking her teeth. Just
You,
making
know,
sure.
you
they're-
don't brush your teeth?
Okay. Thank you for listening.
No.
Thank you for listening,
you
everyone.
human?
We appreciate you. Cindy, thank you so much for coming on. This was fun. I hope you do come back. We could do a Drunk Love 3.
That would be great.
but-
That would be great.
If
Yeah.
that happened,
You have to hug at least 2 people before you come.
that too.
Oh my
But you
God.
can't. You gotta be.
You have to be drunk.
That there's like no not that there's no like boundary, but you have to be able to talk about like
Some
Hugs.
shit.
Some shit,
Some
yeah.
shit.
Butt stuff.
not that not that, but like
Get deep.
Just be real.
Yeah.
Just be who you are, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be who you are.
Pretend no one's listening.
It's drunk love. You're gonna be drunk, so
Ideally.
yeah,
Okay.
we're all gonna be drunk. It'll be fun. It always is.
Those episodes,
There's something.
they're always something.
Might not air, but they're fun.
There was supposed to be a Drunk Love 3.
Yeah.
Shit just got way out of hand.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Sign up for our Patreon. Maybe you'll listen to that
Oh
episode.
my God.
Years and years from now.
Good times. Good
did you
times.
finish with your?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Or remember,
my
only you
episode's
can prevent
next.
forest fires. Don't let the man get you down. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for reaching out. It was pretty cool to like reminisce. I forgot about a lot of memories that I thought of.
The jerk offs.
Probably that, and a lot of other things until you mentioned them. So it was pretty cool to like go down memory lane.
Yo, sometimes she just looks like a fucking gremlin.
Dude, I don't know what to do, dude. Like, I just fucking set her free. Look at this. She looks like the
You
fucking.
did this, bro.
What's
Yeah,
the
you
what's
did this to
what's
her.
the fucking goosebumps? She looks like the goosebumps
The
claw. right? Anyways, thank you, Cindy, for coming on. It was cool. So, if we have you again, it'd be great.
Bring your boyfriend.
Yeah, you
I
want
feel like that'd be a fun
have some
episode.
therapy?
Therapy.
Well, I mean, you don't even hug the dude.
We hug.
You didn't even tell me you love him.
I do.
I'm just kidding. But yeah. God bless your mother. And MILFs unite.
Why did you look her straight in the eye when you said that? And MILFs unite.
Make sure she knows.
Do you want to say bye now or at the end?
I think she already
Say
did.
fine. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Before
you already
me,
said bye?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Quick question. Would you say your mom's a MILF?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Dude.
Give me your number.
Yeah, thank you again to everyone who's listening, especially to everyone
fucking
who
guy.
fucking listened to this whole episode. I appreciate you, but goddamn, like,
You're a
Edit
champ.
it down to 2 hours.
No.
Jesus Christ.
You
That's
have-
one thing about this show. We keep it raw.
I wouldn't listen to this.
20 seconds before it's 4 hours. So wrap
Okay.
it up.
With that being said, once in, always in. Thank you for your in circle. Bye.
I'm going to wait the 9 seconds.
Just so we hit 4 hours even.
Yeah.
We set a record for the Circle podcast.
Bye.